Y'all keep it fake.
Ain't no love lost, every man for themselves.
Yep.
Honey in your presence if she's spending wealth.
Yep.
She not going half, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag.
Pop balloon on the move, out of line. Fine, I ain't gonna chase no fish.
Yeah, kid. Y'all know what fucking time it is. We ain't gonna play no games. We gonna get right to it. Normally we would be like, wait for some more people to come in, but we don't need no more people. I'll talk to myself if I had to. Let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes go. She like, ooh la la, ah wee wee. They go, ooh la la, ah wee wee. She like, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. On a Friday, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Yes, babe. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Yes, ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on this side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews sometimes, when the people don't be acting flaky. Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you jump off the page and diddy to the left, that's right, diddy to the left, I'm going to need you to hit that like button, that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, so when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time and you've been rocking with the channel, good looking. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start the show. Tony, there was no other way. We in the end game now. And we is in the end game, people. We in the end game because we made it through the weekend. I mean, we made it through the week, rather. So all praises due. It's Friday. Just got paid. Feeling good. Feeling right. So we in the end game for that. If you made it through a long week, you got paid, your energy is up, you ain't letting nobody get on your nerves and bother you, then all praises due. Y'all the network, what's the word? But we really in the end game because Trump is at it again. Like, can't make this shit up. And before we even like jump into the different topics that we got tonight, we do want to say rest in peace, right, to the people that died in the collision. You know what I mean? And with the military Black Hawk plane, and you know, obviously the passenger plane with some of the skating people on there, a lot of kids, parents and shit on there. 67 people died, no survivors. So that's real crazy. In fact, I think it's the biggest like plane accident, crash or whatever, in United States rather. Obviously there's been a lot of plane accidents and shit, unfortunately. And even when I'm always, you know, flying, island hopping, etc., you know, that's definitely the fear of going down. I know a lot of people probably have that anxiety when they flying, but that definitely comes to me. No caller user, what's the word? You know, when you taking off, when the turbulence start, even when you landed and they're like, yo, we're gonna be descending 20 minutes, we should be to our destination and stuff like that. And you know, salute to those men and women that is the stewardess and all that, you know what I mean? And real briefly, this wasn't no topic, but quick side note because it's relevant. When I talked on Monday about how on the airplanes, when the flight attendant and the crew, etc., and they tell you like, in the case of an emergency, when them shits drop out the sky and all that, and it's time for you to put your life jacket and all that on, that you need to do that first for you before you try to help anybody else. Now, granted, if you're a parent, you traveling with your kids and they're young or whatever, then the parent instinct, the thing that's in us all to protect our little ones and our babies. You're gonna probably put their shit on first because they ain't gonna be able to do it, depending on the age. But to see that flight, the two crashes and the explosion, and then the leader of the free world, whether you like it or not. And I didn't vote for him. I didn't vote for neither one, right? I look at both parties with the side. But y'all already knew that if you rock with Popovich TV. You already knew that. For him to come out and like the first things that he's addressing, and it's going to be a bumpy ride, folks. Make no mistake about it. Even for the people that voted for him. That's why I wanted to preference what I'm saying or what I'm about to say. Just so that could be clear. But even for the people that voted and they all up in arms, everything is a layup or it's a dunk high fly, they think they won some shit. Y'all gonna have a rude awakening as well. It's not gonna just be all smooth sailing. And you can tell just from the first couple of days, and obviously the last two lives, this is the third live since he's been in, since the inauguration. And what's one of the first things he come out and say? That the possible plane crash happened because of DEI. What? What, my nigga? Like, what we talking about? And I ain't overzealous, so it ain't really trigger me like some of the other channels that I see. Yo, he really, what I mean? But it's just like, bro, the bodies ain't even been recovered yet. All of the people on these, on the plane, etc. We don't even know who all of them are. Now we do, because this happened obviously yesterday or the day before yesterday. Was it Wednesday night? I think it was Wednesday night. Could have been yesterday night too. Shit just be merging sometimes. And then what's one of the other things that he said when the reporters was asking him, is this safe to fly? Because you talking this DEI shit. Should we be jumping on these planes and heading to Mexico and Houston land to Vegas? And he like, yeah, it's safer than ever. I've changed the laws. I put in an executive law, et cetera, and woo, and And then what happens today? Right. Just a couple of hours ago, a small mini-sized jet crashes down by the mall in Philly. And I'm like, damn, Super Bowl coming up, Black Hawk, Eagle. I thought let me just check something real quick. I might have saved it and sent it to my man. I be sending shit sometime just so I could see shit. Nah, I ain't saving it. But anyway, it's some dude breaking it down, like the gematria. Anybody that's familiar with gematria, and that's the coding of the words and numbers, and on just because it's on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok doesn't make it law, obviously. But I've been told y'all about Zach Zuckerberg. Now I was about to say Zuckerberg. Zach Hubbard, right? And he wrote a book, Death by Numbers, etc., talking about how the government, right, and all that, how they do shit and they put it right in our face, with the numbers, with the coding, and you say for the plane, that crashed into the military helicopter, and we still don't know who's wrong. Talking about using night vision and the flight controller, people that tell you which way to go. They told them to go from one runway to 33. 33 is a big number. Obviously, that's amazing numbers, shit like that. And I thought I saved it, and it was just real good to see. Him breaking it down the way he was breaking it down. And the Super Bowl is coming. I know it's don't got nothing to do with it, or so it might seem. But if you dive deeper, you say, see how they playing around, and then the very next day, a plane falls in the mall in Philly. What's the fucking chances of that? Like, what's the coincidence? Or was it a coinky dink? And you say, damn, this shit is crazy. Shit crazy. What was this? Oh yeah, I might have sent it and can't be able to see it. Real quick though. I know this some of the fires right here.
Yo, I was right there, bro. What the fuck? Yo, somebody crit. Oh my god, yo, the world, yo. What the fuck, yo?
There's some breaking news to report here tonight at 6 o'clock. That's happening in Northeast Philadelphia. A small plane has crashed. It happened just after 6 p.m. We know that debris hit buildings. There are also reports of multiple casualties. We'll keep watching this story for you as it unfolds throughout the night. Again, this breaking news coming in from Northeast Philadelphia. A small plane has crashed. Multiple casualties reported. As the day continues, we'll bring you updates here on...
Crazy. Shit crazy. So just be mindful, people. Like, you know, you can speak stuff into existence, and I'm not saying obviously just because he like, yeah, it's safe to fly, that don't mean it's not gonna fly. But it is the guy I'm talking about on YouTube. He like, maybe this is the, you know, this is the foresight or the foreseeing of what's to happen, and then he kind of called it. I ain't gonna lie. Again, let me just show y'all the channel real quick before we get to this next topic. So y'all can see who I'm talking about. Zach Hubbard, and his channel was Gematria Effect News 2025. And this was a long live that he had did. I was watching it the other day. And he would pretty much just called it like, yo, I won't be surprised if we be seeing a lot of planes falling this year. And when he said it, I you know, you take the information in, you know, with one hand out the other, so much information, you swipe left, you swipe right, you like, know what I mean? And then the very next day, like almost like this nigga Jedi mind trick, and he had insight of what was to come. Talking about the first collision with the passenger plane and the Black Hawk, and on his channel. But this is what he do. He does Gematria. For those that may be familiar, you may not be familiar. Again, it's the alphabetical numbers and going, you know, A, B, C. So A, B, C is 1, 2, 3, then in reverse, etc. like that. And pretty much watching his live while he was talking about that, like, you know what I mean? He was looking with the side eye. And his channel is geared towards that. If you go check it out on YouTube, it's one of the channels I follow. I find stuff like that interesting. I really do. But in that particular live, he like, you know, since Trump is in office, maybe we'll see, you know, see planes more than normal having incidents, and like clockwork today, right in Philly. And, you know, so it's just something to be mindful of, something to keep your antennas up about, and just pay attention. I mean, obviously, you know, it's a message in everything, even the bullet, like Jada said, right? So, you know, just keep your ears to that. But that's what we opening with Trump, with the shenanigans. Obviously, there's a couple of people on that was on social media saying fuck Trump and woo 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 and talking about you know, getting deported, etc. And then you know, the people come in. Happy Friday, young lady. Then the people come in, swoop you up, and all of a sudden you in, you know, what's the jail? Guantanamo Bay, where they had the people allegedly, maybe kind of sorta, for the 9/11. You know what I mean? And it's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, soon as when he like, yo, you know, I signed the executive order. Of course, it's safe to fly. You know, we got the most and smartest and capable people, and you know, all this other. We got rid of DEI, and then the very next day, fucking whole plane. You know what I mean? Crashing the mall in Philly. But let's talk about some other shit. Let's talk about unfortunate news coming out of Oakland. And we got Too Short, older brother, getting gunned down, ultimately dying or succumbing to his injuries at the hospital. And from what I gather, you know, looking at the story or trying to get information for the show, you know, on the story, first, rest in peace today. Rest in peace to his brother. Condolences to the Short family. I don't know their last name. You just know sometimes rappers, you don't be knowing their whole government name. You just know them as the rappers, right? So, you know, condolences and prayers up to the Too Short family. Older brother, I believe they say he was 61. And apparently, or you know, as the story has it, inside of I don't know if they had their own dispensary or if they was in the spot. The news clip like growing in the spot where they growing marijuana, weed, chronic, croissant, you know what I mean? Whatever terminologies that the motherfuckers is using now for bud nowadays, right? I just call it bud. I'm a little old school, you know what I mean? 420 and all that. And apparently some robbers came in, a botched robbery going wrong, and they end up shooting them up. Even came outside, bullets, when you look at the news clip, it's bullets in other adjacent cars and shit like that. So I guess maybe he was running or trying to get away, and again, he died at the hospital, right? And when you hear stories like this, one, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed, right? You know what I'm going to say. When you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed that we hear a story coming out of a hood area, an urban area where it's, but you're black. 16 minutes into the show, but you're black. And you want to go to South Africa where apartheid? And I be being funny, but I'm not. When I quote the Lethal Weapon, because that's where I get it from, with Mel Gibson and Joe Pesci, and you want to go to South Africa, but you're black, right? I just be being funny when I'm saying that, but I'm not. And here's why. I'm from the hood, raised in the hood. No braggadocious, I don't mean it that way, but I wasn't born in the suburbs. I wasn't raised in the suburbs. I'm from the hood, right? And it's rough in the GHETTO. We see this often too many times. I was once a part of running down, you know what I mean? And two of the 3 times that I've been to prison was for armed robbery, you know what I'm saying? Even though I copped out to the lesser charge, right? On some Charlemagne shit, the lesser charge. I ain't gonna go to jail for armed robbery when I could cop out to an attempt robbery or, whatever. But pretty much that's what's on my jacket, right? And, you involved in the fuckery. You down with the fuckery. And the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. So when you hear a story about, whether it's legal or was illegal, as far as the shop that they had or whatever, you could come in and do the robbery. Yeah, get the money, take the bud, take the jewels off the neck, the wallabies, like take off the rings plus the wallabies. But why you got to kill them? Why you got to, lick off shots? And I wasn't there. I don't know if he fought back. You know what I mean? Whether he tried to get the drop, take the gun, and then obviously if it's something in that manner, then the robbers got to do what they got to do. And that's why when you coming from somebody, like I said, has done this, it's better to listen. You know what I mean? Especially if you think the robbers or robber is not going to kill you. Like they just did to get the money, get the drugs, or get whatever you got. You know what I'm saying? And like Meek Mill said, and if I ever go broke, I'm going to take your money. Like if they there just to take your shit, you kind of could sense, and that's not always the case. And I've been on a few, you know what I mean? Just keeping it a buck. Not saying that to make you think of me any type of way. I'm just saying what the reality is and what the facts are. That's just all what I'm saying. You can kind of get, and I've been robbed as well. Like nobody goes through life unscathed, whether you committing or you know what I mean? You're going to get some things done to you too. That's the facts. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. Those are the facts. You can live with the sword, and you can slice people up, and then you gonna get sliced. You can live with the blicky, then you gonna get shot. Niggas gonna kill you. You know what I mean? And that's just how it goes. And so I only say that to say that some of the joints that I've been on, or even when I was robbed, right? You can kind of get a sense of if a person is really gonna, after they finish getting everything, great fire, what up, on the check-in. You can kind of sense a little bit, not all the time. So I'm not, do what you're gonna do, or do what your mind is telling you, or your heart is telling you. If you ever get booked from a robber, right? And this is coming from somebody that did it. You can kind of get the feel, though, not all the time, that they're just gonna take the drugs and the money, take off your coat, your shoes, like Rake. That's why I called it Raekwon. Take off the Jews plus the wallabies. Like take the shoes off too, nigga. We gonna let your bitch ass live. You know what I mean? But we taking everything. If you move, you look wrong, you pull any funny movements, we gonna kill you. And that's how it goes down. And what DMX said, he said, so let me get what's in your sock, because it's better to give. And I'm gonna get you either way. I'm gonna get you either way. So it's better to live. Just give it up, take off the watch, take off the wallabies, take off the jewelry. And that's why I don't wear jewelry either. That's one of the reasons, because I used to take jewelry. So it's like that's the you know what I mean? Like, that's what they're looking for. The robbers, the wolves, the people that's fiending. You know what I mean? Even like crackheads or people like, you'd be surprised. It's not just, you know, doughboys and people like, it's all type of people that when they desperate or they fiending for something, you'll be surprised. There's plenty of crackheads that done rob niggas. You'd be surprised. And as kids coming up, selling crack and all that, you know, we were still kids. So it was a whole grown man come in and they see you going to the stash, bending over. You know how many times I had to turn around and, you know what I mean? Nigga try to stab you or take the stash because they're like, oh, I'm a crackhead. This nigga got, you know, 100 pack in here. And I came back here 3 or 4 times and I see where it's at. As soon as when he bend down, I'm going to hit him in the head with this hammer or stab him with this knife and I'm going to take his shit and bounce. And then obviously, well, there ain't no videos of that probably now, but obviously in my era, and that's why I was a whole lot of crackheads and people on drugs getting their ass whipped, getting the skin whipped off and all type of shit done dirty to them. But the point that I'm making, I don't know if that's the case for Too Short Brother, and I didn't look at his name because they even saying Too Short older brother. I probably could have looked, but either way, rest in peace and condolences to his family. But the reason why I said all that with the robbery and you don't know and all that is because a lot of times you don't have to take life. Take the shit, get out of there. Because you don't want to turn a robbery into a homicide because, you know, obviously you're still going to get a lot of time if you got felonies on your jacket, you get caught with the burner, etc. But it's not like murder and cold blood or, you know what I mean? And so the hear 61, you know, obviously I guess he tried to get out of the way for the news clip. Y'all can go Google it. It's shots outside at the, you know, at other cars and shit outside of the place he was in. Maybe he got shot, tried to get away, you know, and I think of somebody else, I won't say their name, out of respect for their moms and their family, even though his mother is passed as well. But, you know, a friend that I grew up with, you know what I mean? He wasn't about that life. He had nothing to do with the streets. You know, down where he had moved at and was working, and he was working in the fast food joint, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, some robbers came in, put him and the co-worker down, you know, working at the little fast food place they was working at, and they shot both of them execution style, you know what I'm saying? And young, I think he was like 21, 23-ish, maybe even like 25, but I'm older than him, so, you know what I mean? But, you know, broke his mom's heart, broke the neighborhood heart, just to know that he wasn't into that type of action. And it's like, you come into the spot, you get everything you ask for. Cooperation, niggas keep their head down, they ain't trying to look at you, they don't want no problems. Like, you know what it is if you from the hood. And, you know I'm rambling a little bit, even though it all ties in. As a kid coming in from school, you know, my building was a big drug building, you know what I mean, on 142nd, a lynch mob, right? And I could count on one hand how many times I came in and, you know, the dudes that was hustling in my building was getting robbed. And I coming from school, you know what I mean, from the store with a little candy bar, a little Fuego soda, and it's a stick up, it's a gun. Oh shit, I get on the wall, put my hands up, I ain't see nothing. And then I end up turning out to be a robbing ass nigga, you know what I mean? But the point that I'm making is, you know, they followed the rules, they followed the instructions. You got them down on the ground, you got the money, you got the register, and you still decide to, you know, shoot them execution style. You know what I'm saying? Jermaine, I be fucking up the names. And you still kill them execution style. You know what I mean? And for what? And they end up getting caught. And instead of you getting caught for just a robbery, you know what I'm saying? And before his mom's passed, you know, it was down in the South somewhere. Every court date, she showed up. And my mom's went with her, you know, a few times. Other people, you know what I mean, to show support. And they end up giving them life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you went from robbing a bum-ass fast food spot where you end up getting the money, but you turned a robbery into a homicide, and now you got life. You took life, now you got life. And I don't know if they got yakisobe and chili con corn and I don't care down there where they at, but and all for what? Same thing with the Too Short shit. I don't know if he fought back. You think of Pop Smoke, you know what I mean, and the young brother, and this wasn't a topic, but it's all relevant. How he was in the shower and they, you know, killed him and all that. Like, yo, you even though they were saying they thought he was a model, they didn't know who he was. You know, you see the interview on Adam 22 or whatever, you know what I mean? And he like, we didn't know who he was, you know what I mean? But I guess he fought back or was trying to fight, and they end up murking him. But it's always our own kind, I can tell you that. Like, I hate to, you know, be that person, but it's really the truth. And you don't really see a lot of home invasions or a lot of other people that's, not us being done dirty like that. We only going, now I get it, you'll hear people that's, boycott black murder or whoever, whatever, be like, nah, the reason why this happens in our community is because we so close to each other. All right. So you got to rob the person that's right next door to you because they don't got shit either. If they living next door to you, the chances are they don't got shit either. They they living paycheck to paycheck too. And I never understood that as a kid. We was poor. But y'all niggas is poor too. Some of y'all might have had a little more than I had. But we in the same school. We live in the same projects. We live in the same fucking block. And so because your brother hustling a little bit and you got a little pair of Jordans and I don't, you better than me? Nah. We both fucked up. When the push comes to shove, I got to knock on your door for some sugar and vice versa. We all in the same boat. It's just unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to the brother and condolences to the Too Short family. Let's talk about this shit real quick. This is a side note topic. Now, even though it's on the list as topics, because I go live every Friday night with Friday Night Live show, but I go live every day with NBA Picking with Pop, right? And we dropped our NBA player today, I believe. I had Toronto. That was the player of the day today. Let me check real quick. When I looked, they was getting their ass spanked. Yeah, Toronto lost. That was the player of the day. We had the Pelicans. We had the Spurs. We had Detroit. We had the Clippers. They lost. Well, they won. They didn't cover. All right, we lost 2 and we won 4. We waiting on the last game, and I got the Phoenix Suns in that game. But anyway, I said that to say Terry Rozier, scary Terry, he's in the news right now for investigation, like investigative reports. And allegedly, maybe, kind of, sort of, as we like to say on the channel, back in 2023 when he was Charlotte Bobcats, Charlotte Hornets, with LaMelo Ball and them, right? That some suspicious activities was surrounding his player performance. And the other person who just copped a plea in July, Michael Porter Jr. brother, Jonte Porter on the Toronto Raptors. He's banned, like you're fired on some dumb. You're fired for being a bonehead. And when you read the news clip, they trying to spin it, as I like to say, spin it like it's a gambling ring, like it's some mafia, and or it's like some Russian mafia, or some Don Corleone, and you under us now, like the Big Pun skit, nigga. This our corner, and you under us now. When you look at the news clip, they're like, yeah, the gambling ring, like they forcing these players to do certain things, and I'm not saying that that's not true. What I'm saying is, if you've been rocking with the channel, and even if you knew, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I've been told y'all that sports is scripted and rigged. All sports. Scripted and rigged. Well, how is that? That's not a topic that is scripted and rigged. You can believe what you want to believe. I'm not going to try to change your belief. Believe what you want. Especially if you're not a gambler, it don't even apply to you because you're not even gambling. Athletes, professional athletes, have come out and said this is true. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I believe it. With that being said, right? Jonte Porter, he's found guilty, or he copped out to his own player performance, and although gambling is legal now, right? FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, all these fucking sites, right? Underdog, Bill Belichick, Cameron, Joe Buttons, all of your faves is in on this shit, meaning like it's a lot of money to be made. And I know what I'm gonna say next on the channel if you rock with the channel, because that's your money, son. Right, they want all of your money. They want all of your money. So they get the Joe Buttons, they get the Lil Wayne, they get people to get on these commercials, and they always want you to bet parlays because that's the wrong way to bet. And that's not the topic either. The topic is, are these motherfucking players gambling on themselves or distributing money My cousin over there in Alabama that nobody know about. I'm going to wire you, or I'm going to send you through some trust fund, or somehow, some way, we're going to make it up out the hood. That's a whole reference. I'm going to get you $1 million or $500,000, and periodically, all I want you to do is open up a FanDuel account. All I want you to do is open up an ESPN bet account, and what we're going to do is we're going to bet on my total points. And I'm going to play the first 4 minutes, and then, again, that's why I brought up my NBA show that I do every day, because I talk about how these new niggas, the new athletes, my neck, my back. Instead of lick my crack and all that, it's my neck, my back, my hamstring, my wrists, my calf, my ankle, all these miscellaneous injuries. And I'm not saying that being a professional athlete, you're not going to get nicked up. You're not going to have no ankle problems, your hamstring. But it's like you just played. Today's Friday. You played today. You balled out. You dropped 40 on them. You dunking on niggas' heads. You won. Then you don't play tomorrow, but Sunday you don't play because of your hamstring. Even though in the game we don't see you pull up, it's your ankle, it's your wrist, it's your neck, it's your calf, it's your heel. These are the stuff that they're talking about, right? And so I say, damn, we already got one player who was like a less of a player. I'm not like shitting on him because I can't play ball at all. And I'm talking about Jonte Porter. I think the brother's the better of the two, right? Michael Porter Jr. on Denver Nuggets. You risk it all. You can never, like how Mr. T said in Rocky, you should have never came back. And you could never play in the NBA again. Even if you're making $500,000 for 82 games, 6 months out the year, you lit. It ain't nothing, like it ain't really nothing better than that. It's just a few things, but you get the point that I'm trying to make. Like that's one of the prestige jobs, to make it to the NBA, to make it to the NFL, or be one of the, even the low level people. Like it's how many people on the NBA roster now? 18, 20? Even if you're the 20th man on the NBA roster, you made it. And my mind made it. Some whole shit like dun dun, or one of my favorite albums, Ghostface Supreme Clientele. Like we made it, nigga. You made it. Even if you're making $250,000 a year, and that's the low level, because that's like WNBA kind of like numbers. Why would you risk it all, giving some money to somebody else, the DJ Speed, what's the word? So they could bet on your performance just to get a little extra 100,000, 150,000, 300,000. It doesn't add up. And was Terry Rozier, when they asked him about it today, because no charges was brought yet. We're talking about Terry Rozier for those that's just coming in, and we are live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. So if you see my eyes diverting, I actually have another phone down here. I got 3 phones in like a circle. So if you see me looking at the different joints, that's what I'm doing. I'm not distracted. When they asked him about it today, you're like, yo, my lawyer told me, shh, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. And no charges is brought yet. I hope no charges is brought, because I like Terry Rozier. You know what I mean? I fucks with him. But the real reason I'm bringing this up as a gambler, and I have an NBA show, Picking with Pop, every day that I do, every single day, you can tune in, right? And we have a winning record. Whether you think you got the right team tonight or not, you don't know that the players is in on this shit, or they betting on themselves. And I believe even Kevin Durant, so 2 top players in the game, we're going to get off this topic because I got a few more topics and I don't got that much time today. Kevin Durant was on X, Twitter, right? Formerly known. And I think he had a certain amount of points he was supposed to get, and he didn't get it, but he had a chance to get it. And then he responded back to the people on Twitter, a.k.a. X, like, yo, better luck next time. But it was like a sarcasm type of way, like, yeah, fuck y'all niggas, you know what I mean? And then LeBron, he had a chance to hit his play. I think somebody was at the game, and this is all online. I'm not making this up. If you're familiar with my content and my channel, you know we don't be lying over here. I don't give a fuck about telling you guys the truth. Are we going to talk about it? We're going to talk about it. If I don't want to talk about it, then I'm just not going to say anything about it. But if I'm speaking, then it's all facts or it's my opinion, one or the other. And LeBron is like, what? Like he said, yo, hit your next shot or get the rebound or whatever it was. And then LeBron went and did it. And the guys online showing his ticket like, oh, that's lit. And then even under the comments in that section, they're like, KD would have never. He would have never did that. That's why LeBron is the GOAT, etc. And again, gambling is legal now. So this is not yesteryear where you took your money to the bar, you know what I mean, and you placed your bet on a bookie or a game, the Boston Celtics, the Lakers, the Knicks, and you betting with the mob. You win, they're gonna be the ones to pay you. No, you go right on your phone like me, and you open up FanDuel, which I have. You open up DraftKings, which I have. You open up ESPN Bet, which I have. You open up Caesars, which I have. Right? All these fucking different apps to take your money when you bet in the wrong way, which is parlays. But even if you betting one picks, like I do, you still could lose because at the end of the game, you down 5. The spread is 5, and you're not going to win. It's 1 second left. But, oh, you Kyrie Irving, so you're going to shoot a motherfucking shot with 1 second left, and you hit the 3. So now the team that I had to win by 5, we only win by 2. And I fuck with Kyrie. Another game that this happened last 2 weeks that I bet. That, Bane, can't think of his first name. The Memphis Grizzlies, another last second 3-point shot. Nigga, you're not gonna win the game. You down 9. You're not gonna win. Don't matter how many times you foul, play the free throw game, you're not going to win. So why are you shooting a last second shot hoping it goes in? Oh, because you might got money on the game. Or you like, yo, fuck it. If you bet on us, I'm going to try to help you win. That part, I'm not mad at. But this also goes back to, what was it, Tim Donahue, the Allen Iverson days, if you're old enough, or even if you're not old enough, but you a savant of the game, you go back and you dig in the crates, right? And you just don't take today's, you go back and you watch. You got Donahue, he was a ref, they banned him, etc. He did 60 Minutes, he did a couple of other shows, all those, Dateline and all that shit, and pretty much, well, Iverson, he like, yo, they didn't fine him enough or he didn't get the suspension we thought he should have gotten. So I, Tim Donahue, and a couple of other refs got together and we started calling bogus fouls on him. We started doing shit to fuck up the game to make him lose. This is what they was doing. And again, you could believe sports is rigged or not, but just ask yourself this. And then we on to the next topic. Because this should make sense to you. I know I'm not the smartest. I got my GED. I know how to count 1, 2, 3. And that's what I got for you. I'm not the biggest and the brightest. But I'm not the slowest either. So let's just say you are in control of a company or a league. And on one hand, you can make $10,000. Let's just keep the numbers low. $10,000 if one team wins. Or you can make $100,000 if the other team wins. You employ the refs and you employ everybody, even the players. You employ everybody. You saying on certain nights when the money is so lopsided because the public is like, this team's gonna win, and a little bit of the public is saying, nah, I think the other team's gonna win. You saying you're not gonna take the big money if you could do it? That's all you gotta ask yourself. Or ask yourself, you got money. Like, I got money, and if you're a man, let's say a man, not the woman, and you could pick and choose who you want to rock with. Halle Berry, Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, I just throw some names out there, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, whoever you think is sexy and attractive. Who you going to rock with if you got the chance to? Just saying. You're going to choose your preference. Same thing the NBA is doing. Same thing, and especially the NFL. That's the most scripted and rigged sport out, and I'll just leave it like that. So much so that I'll predict some things. Sometimes I'm wrong, but, you know what I mean? With that said, let's get to this next topic. We hope Terry Rozier ain't caught up in the fuckery. Hope that nigga don't go to jail because John Tay, he's going to jail for at least 2 years, 3 years, and then even when he come out, you're never going to work in the NBA again. You should have never came back. You're never working in the NBA again. Let's get to the big action, right? This was a big topic. And I only do, even though I do a live show every day, That's NBA. I was going live every day as far as like topics like this and trending topics, and my time just don't permit. So only on Friday nights is when I'm live and I get to jump on here and talk my shit. And if you rock with me, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, and if you don't, then it is what it is. That's your preference. But this story came out maybe like 4 or 5 days ago. I didn't get to it, and we're gonna talk about it now. I have a lot of things to say about this, because obviously he's canceled now from I guess Twitch. That's one of the platforms he broadcasts from. Obviously, he makes his money off YouTube. And before we even dive into the inappropriateness, the egregiousness of it, and what the fuck was you thinking, my guy, right? Like, my guy. No, you're not that guy. My guy. What was you thinking? We first have to give him his props, or at least I'm going to do, right? Because I know he gets a lot of hate. He gets a lot of side eye. People look at him like, oh, you know, you kept the beef going with, what's the rest in peace, King Von and the other people, you know, when he was covering these topics with these Chicago rappers and these other different people, you know, people do point the finger at him on some Kareem Akbar. He is the true leader of the scene B, and if I'm going down, taking a lot of motherfuckers, you with me, right? They look at him like he's the one that, why niggas is beefing and killing each other. And although I hear what they're saying, I don't agree in totality, because nobody can make you pick up a gun if that's what you want to do and go kill somebody. I don't care how much influence he got. I don't care how much followers he got. I don't care how animated he is or how much he's talking about the beef, right? The beef. When you can't go to sleep, when you got to roll more than 20 deep, beef is when I see you. Yeah, right. On some big shit, he can't make you go to the site, go to the location, drop your location. Can he instigate it? Yes. But nigga can't put a gun in you like, you better kill that nigga because he was talking shit about you. Nah, he can't do that. So this is why I want to give him his flowers before we get in his ass. No pause, because I don't play those games. Pause and leaning. For you motherfuckers that play the game, right? He is one of the first to, you know, get the YouTube shit popping, to bring the type of reporting style to the internet. And that's why we got the Consonants, even though he don't cover hip hop. But, you know, the streaming, and obviously we had the podcast with Joe Buttons and a lot of the different things that he did. You could hate him or you could love him, right? For the shit that you think you hate him for. I'm the prize. Remember when he was drunk in Vegas with his shorty or whoever he was, and I'm the prize, and niggas is looking at him like, bro, we get it, but you kind of wilding up. Now put that aside, right? The case with the chick allegedly being abused at his crib, and he got the cameras, and we still didn't see what happened with that case. All those things aside. Now let's get to the conversation with the young brother who was 15, and what the fuck was he thinking talking to the young brother like that, right? And I seen the clip. I'm not going to play it now. We're just going to talk about it. You hear the young brother. If you didn't see the clip, then you could go, you know, check it out. It's still spinning everywhere. The young brother like, chill, bro. I ain't gay. Like, I'm chill, my nigga. You know, I know he probably want to say chill, my nigga. He looked like he used the word nigga. That's just side note. Chill, bro. I'm not gay. And then, you know, academics switch it up like, well, you know, he don't got no sister for you to pop, or what about a sister? And he like, bro, he already got a sister. And he like, yo, well, what if we send some strippers over there and, you know, maybe that can happen. He like, bro, I'm 15. Like, duh. I'm trying to help you say, like, I'm 15. And although I know what I was doing at 15, right? And we know that what a lot of us was doing at 14, 13, even 12. Those are the facts. You can dread it. You can run from it. But destiny arrives, like Thanos said, all the same. Those are the facts. Some of our nieces and nephews, some of our little cousins, some of our daughters and sons is fucking at 13, 14, and 15. Like we did the live last week on the young sister, Isaiah Harris, who was groomed by the scumbag Jarvis Butt. So let's not act like, oh, my ears, you know, Phoebe on Friends, my ears, my eyes. Like you see your two friends fucking. No, kids are fucking. No, we was doing. So you should talk to them. so that they don't get duped, so they don't get pregnant, so they don't get somebody pregnant, and now you a grandfather, you a grandma, and you're young, and your child is young. So let's get that out the way. Kids is fucking as adolescents, some 15, some 14, and maybe he wasn't, right? The young brother who was in the video that we talking about, and I don't know his name. I think I heard his name, but none of that really matters. I want to just drive the points home that I want to drive, and then we on to the next topic. He's like, yo, bro, I'm 15. So even if you send the women over, first it was, would you let a guy, do you in the ass? And it's like, bro, no, nigga. No matter how much I look up to this dude, admire this dude, and actual response initially, after all the backlash, because everything he do gets backlash. Make no mistake about it. He like, yo, we look at him like a little brother. So we was just probably seeing if he would bend, what would he willing to do? Somebody that he looked up to and he thought was, up here, kind of said this to him. And I'm like, nah, bro, that still doesn't fly. You shouldn't be talking to him like that. Now, if this is your family, and I'm saying for me now, put it on the eye, as they tell you to do when you in ASAC, KSAC, and all these drug programs. No, keep it on the eye. I done talked to plenty of my little nephews, my little cousins, without sugarcoating it. I feel like, one, you have to assess who you're talking to. Some kids is different than others. That's why I said I know what I was doing, but maybe the young boy that he was talking to, he ain't have sex at 15 yet. He used a virgin. At 15, I wasn't a virgin, right? I wasn't. A lot of the people that I know and that we was hanging out with, we wasn't virgins. The women, the young girls that was our age, they wasn't virgins, right? And we covered this last week. So maybe he is. So first, as an adult, somebody that's, older and in an adult capacity, meaning mature enough, and you're talking to your little cousin or your little brother, you have to have discernment on what words to use, what analogies to use, how you're going to try to instill in him the lesson you're trying to teach them, boy or girl. Again, if he is a virgin or you're not from the streets or you don't know certain things, that conversation is probably going to look different than maybe one of my uncles talking to me. Like, bro, you hanging with what's them on the block, they be going and doing dumb shit. You may curse, you may be like, well, what you gonna do if y'all get pulled over and he got a gun on him? What you gonna start telling and snitching? You may talk in that fashion. Or if it's a kid that's not involved in that, you're gonna say, well, how are you gonna get in contact with the police? How are you gonna call your mother? Or what are you gonna do? So just like a coach will coach different players, and that some players may be a little sensitive, and some players like Kobe want to be coach hard. Rest in peace to the Black Mamba. The episode 2 come out tomorrow, right? On CNN. You're going to use different strategies and different talks. So back to act. You notice, young brother, because you say that's like your little brother. So he's got to be a virgin. That can't be the first conversation when he's like, bro, I'm 15. Obviously, my grasp from it is that he ain't fucking. He ain't into doing no shit. And even if he is, he was smart enough and aware enough to know that they on a live stream or they on some type of streaming service to be like, bro, we can't send no women over here. I ain't trying to pop his sister. Like he had the wherewithal to know, and he was 15. Yet you and your other guy, academics, and I don't even know who the other dude was, y'all like said, you ain't gonna let him bug you in the ass, and he was like, bro, why are you even asking him that? Why? And then my thing is this too. You the villain, Angel Reese. And I know she ain't got nothing to do with this, but I'm name dropping her because she was like, I'll play the villain role. I'll take the villain role. Okay, well, when you play the villain role, you have to handle what comes with being the villain. And for him to know that, like, yo, they want to see you canceled because of the beef shit. They want to see you canceled because that young, that your girlfriend or whoever you had in your apartment said, y'all did the Tupac, y'all did the Mike Tyson. They, y'all did that to her. Girls, females, women, they want to see you canceled. So why would you be, like, it just is mind-blowing sometimes when you think of, even though they just everyday people, you know what I mean? YouTubers, streamers, they are like the new celebrities, if you will. They have the influence, they have the followers, they have the cachet, as Stephen A would say, right? So they have popularity. They have celebrityism comes with that. You know that. You've been in the business for a long time. Why would you go online and on a live and you know people are screen recording, you know what I mean? And no, like, for an example, any like somebody that's real famous, they may push some shit up, then delete it mad fast, but the Shade Room or, you know, Talk Neighborhood or whatever, media outtake, they're like, yeah, they try to delete it, but we got it because they following you. Soon as when you go live, Cardi B, niggas are screen recording. Even if they not watching you, they screen recording. Content creators, media personalities, they need content. They need something to keep in the spin cycle. So as soon as when you go live, niggas are sitting back, even if they at work, they got that shit on screen record, on mute, in the headphones. Because when they get off work, oh, this bitch said this, then it's deleted, but I got you. And y'all know what I mean with, what's the, my guy, fucking, David Chappelle. Got you, bitch. Like, we got you. You came online, you was drunk, you shouldn't have been online, or you Shannon Sharp and my Michelle by accident. Nah, nigga screen recorded that. Soon as we heard the noise and we screen recorded that. So that could be in the files forever. And that's why I often quote on the channel, we never know when we're gonna die. We never know when we're gonna die. And so I quote KRS-One. It's not my line. I know y'all probably think it's my line. But do you ever think about when you out of here? Your record deal, your video, out of here. Your Mercedes-Benz and your Range Rover, you out of here. Your days as an NFL quarterback, your days of playing in the NBA, being a doctor, out of here, right? We all gonna meet that fate one day. However, in the day of social media, you feeling good today, you drinking, you smoking, you popping pills, you want to rant, you want to make your girlfriend look bad, your father, you want to record your moms, you know, doing some dumb shit, and then you die. Nobody has the passwords to your social media. So whatever clip you got spinning, that shit gonna spin forever until YouTube or TikTok or whatever say, damn, this account hasn't posted. I'm assuming they have a mechanism like that. I could be wrong. This person haven't posted in 5 years. Let's shut the shit down. But you spinning, and the people that follow you, because it's not private, they forever see you throwing up at your birthday, on the floor, shaking like Harrow at the light, and menace to society. You shaking and you on the floor having a seizure because you drunk too much. That's how people gonna see you. And so you have to be cognizant of what you putting up. So back to Big Act, and I'm being funny, academics. You can't be talking to no minor with a whole nother grown man on a live streaming service talking like that. Asking him would he take back shots. Why are you asking? Why wasn't the first to, like, again, that's why he switched it off to the female, and if he had a sister, would have we sent some strippers? No, nigga, why are you bringing up the homosexuality first? I'm not gay. So the young brother told him, I'm not gay, so why are you bringing that up? I don't get it. You supposed to be my man or my big brother. Why are you asking me, do you want to see if I'm a bend to, you know, peer pressure or somebody coming with some celebrityism and dangling a carrot above me? Like, yeah, you know, what they call it? The casting couches. Yeah, we're going to put you in this movie, or we're going to give you 100 million followers. All you got to do is suck some dick. What? 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 I mean, like, I don't get down like that. So that's not going to work for me. You have to go to somebody else that's willing to go to those extremes to get that. So he played himself. It was inappropriate. Twitch, shut him down. Shut him down. Chuck D. You know what I mean? Public enemy. And rightfully so. And I hate to say, you know, nigga lose their bag. You know, and there's no hate. Obviously, I'm not making the money Ack is making. And I haven't blazed the trail that he blazed. That's why I gave him his flowers. Because he is a trailblazer, whether you like that part or not. That's the facts. But all the other stuff that you got going on, drinking a little bit too much, saying stuff, coming out in public, and killing your brand. And for Angel Reese, again, I'm bringing her up because a lot of the knock on her, as opposed to Caitlin Clark, right, is you killing your brand. In one breath, you saying, yo, don't sexualize me, yet you coming out with all of your titties out and your ass out. You sexualizing yourself. So you killing your brand in your mind. You're like, nah, I'm building my brand. because this is how I'm getting the endorsements. This is how I'm doing X, Y, Z. And then y'all know we don't own none of these platforms. And that's my fear, is like when I got my first strike on YouTube. But again, we live on YouTube and Instagram. And my channel is now monetized on YouTube. I feel it should be, and we close, right? But I'm gonna have to put some shit up. I'm gonna speak my mind. You know what I mean? And they gave me a strike. Somebody I guess they didn't like what I was saying, so they gave me a strike. And I'm like, damn, you know what? I'm putting in all this work. I do my videos religiously, and I love doing it. So make no mistake, I'm not bitching and moaning, or I don't even have no grievances. But my thing is, we don't own none of these platforms. We don't own YouTube. We don't own TikTok. We don't own the Meta, Facebook, Instagram, X. We don't own any of these platforms. So when you hear people, and again, this is a side note because this is my show, ban Walmart, ban Target, ban this, ban that. Yet all the banning talk, all the banning videos is on platforms that don't fuck with us, allegedly, right? Because Mark Zuckerberg, right? He was at the inauguration. Elon Musk, he was at the inauguration, right? And so we know what type of individuals these people are, or at least from afar. We don't really know them instantly. We don't know them. We just know a little bit, right? They came up with some ideas. They capitalized. Right place, right time. They seized the moment, and salute to them for that. And salute to anybody that seizes the moment. Because you only lose yourself, like you only get one, some Eminem shit. You only get one chance, and do not let this opportunity go. They seized it. They got rich off it. They got hella rich off it. And now they controlling shit. Where's the black platforms? Boycott, boycott, boycott. But you screaming all this shit on a whole white man platform, on a whole another person platform. And I'm just pointing it out, not to say that we shouldn't spread them, start spreading the news. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that, because this is the social media era. It's just no other competition to say, oh nah, this is over here. And it might be, but we're not on those platforms. I'm not, right? So, when you on these Twitches for academics again, and you on certain platforms, they can easily, Kanye West, oh, we canceling you. You worth $1 billion today, but 5 minutes later, you worth half that. Then 10 minutes later, you worth half that. Then 20 minutes, I'm dragging it. Now you worth, what, only $1 million? Hold on, what? You was just up here. You was the Billy Goat. Now 20 minutes later, because when they start taking from you and show you who you is, in the sense of we showing you ain't as big as you think you is. You are that guy, Kanye. You know what I mean? Kyrie, but you on our platforms. You know what I mean? You can't dictate too much. We're going to let you dictate a little bit, and all I really need is a little bit. But once you start getting too big for your britches, then we got to knock you back down to size and show you. All right, well, get it without our platform. Get it without our money backing you. How you going to get the word out? Where's the black platforms? And the last thing about this topic, right? Speaking of just platforms now, I believe Snoop Dogg is one of the first ones to be on Instagram with the owners or whatever. They was like, yo, join. I forget. You could go Google. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not giving out misinformation. One of the first ones. And Snoop is a big deal, right? Obviously, he was just spinning. We ain't going to talk about that, though. Total hypocrisy. Totally. I get it. I see why the people are mad. He was on, Instagram helping them, and then all of a sudden it's here now. Imagine if he would have did that for a black platform. And I'm only saying that because I'm black, even though, you know what I mean? We need to build for self so we can be like, if they cancel us, because I said some shit inappropriately, not to say that black folks shouldn't cancel other black folks for doing dumb shit, but at least it's like, yeah, they canceled, they took his bag, he was making a certain couple of dollars, but because it's outrage, and sometimes it's selective outrage, like Chris Rock said, we be getting mad at the wrong shit. You know what I mean? Like, what about this, though? We're not mad about this, but we mad about this. You could get with this or you could get with that, but why are we choosing this and not that? Because that's more important. Sometimes, you know what I mean, we pick the wrong stuff to be up in arms about. You can't fight every battle. You can try. But like Jada said, I got a lot of wear and tear. My bones is old. I got a lot of wear and tear from scrapping. Hate a nigga that. ain't never there to see shit, but always hear what happened. Like, come on, people. And my Instagram ended on live. We've been on here officially for an hour. And I got a little more time, so we're going to go back live on Instagram. A couple more topics, and then we out of here. Just think about that, folks. When you're on these people platforms, you have to be mindful. You have to be cognizant. And that's why you can't say certain words and that's why you can't say good name, those certain words, because they'll cut your ties. And if that's how you're making your money, you're going to lose. And ultimately, unfortunately, it always boils down to money. Not to where you selling your ass for money, even though a lot of people do. But just the fact of taking care, you don't want to fuck up taking care of your bills, taking care of your responsibilities, just for the sake of, you trying to go viral, say some shit, then you kicked off completely. But academic was all the way out of line. It sounded weird. The last thing I'll say about this, I don't think he was grooming, because when people hate him, a lot of people hate him. For whatever reason, I get it. Grooming is in a sense of, I want to take you down. You know what I mean? Like the Jarvis Butts dude. He groomed the young girl, right? And then he ultimately had sex with her, ultimately got her pregnant, and possibly ended up killing her. It was inappropriate. It was out of line. It was definitely left field, in my opinion, but it wasn't grooming. I don't think Ak is gay. I'm not saying that he's not, or that he's not involved in some Diddy shit. We haven't seen that information. We haven't seen that. I hate when people put, these are the two things that people put on people the most. Homosexuality for straight men, especially women, they love to do that shit. They love to be like, he's sus, that's sus. He's zesty, that's some gay shit, he down low. No, I'm not gay, bitch. Just because I said some shit that you disagree with, don't try to put me in the gay category because I'm not gay. I don't think academic is gay. I don't think he's down low. I don't think he's playing both sides of the fence. Therefore, I don't think it's grooming. Grooming is like I'm grooming you so I can do what I want to. So I got to spoon feed you, give you candy, spend time with you, come over to my house. Grooming is, what's a good episode of grooming? And again, I'm showing my age, but this is what we came up off. Different Strokes with Arnold and his brother Willis. What you talking about, Willis? And Mr. Drummond, right? It's just juice. It was an episode of, forget if it was a white guy or it was a black guy. But I think it was a white guy. Mr. Drummond was a white guy, obviously. He adopted them, etc., right? White folks always want to come in and save some black folks. Can't make this shit up. And he had Arnold and Willis come over to his house. He let them play the video games. He gave them little shit. You know what I mean? Come sit on my lap, tell me what happened. Like that type of vibe. You know what I mean? That's grooming. You know what I mean? Whether it's man on woman or a little girl or a grown woman. When like some of my, my mom runs an auntie, whatever. Oh, you're so handsome, and they wanted to. You're gonna be a heartbreaker when you get older and shit like that. Whole auntie talking to a whole young 13, 14-year-old. Oh, you handsome. You're going to be breaking the girl, throwing a little shit out there. That's grooming because the nigga end up, you know what I mean? Side note, that's grooming. I don't think academics and homie, I don't know who homie is. I didn't see his face. So I'm not going to say he wasn't doing that because I don't know if he's gay. The only way I think the grooming applies is if you gay, bisexual, or you trying to do something with that person. Then you grooming them because you want to be with them sexually. I don't think academics is like that, but it definitely was out of line. It was out of pocket. It was cringe. It was weird. It was where's this coming from? And again, why? Why risk it all to go? And this is I know I said this like 3 times, but this is definitely the last thing on this particular topic. People in today's time, whether you agree with it or not, whether you like it or not, whether you aware of it or not. People do things for views, bro. Men, women, kids. Attention and having people follow you, come onto your page, look at you, tell you you beautiful, tell you handsome. Oh, you work out, give me your recipe, how you make this, you a vegan queen, your food, whatever it is, you a tech person, whatever it is. Some people, not all of us, will sell out their integrity and do almost anything to stay relevant and stay viral in the viral moments. And that's going to bring us to this next topic. We done with Act. We done with Big Act. That was some wild shit, my guy. I don't know why you did that, but you fucking your money up. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this sister, Deja Blandon, aka Dank Demorse, right? I think that's how you say her name, Dank Demorse. And when I first heard her name, right, like that's her rap name, because she is a rapper, right? And I went to her page. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The obese black chick out of Detroit. And the story about the Jarvis butt scumbag motherfucker and the young girl, Nazaya. That's out of Detroit. So last couple of weeks, Detroit, y'all been getting beat up bad with a lot of these foul ass stories, right? But that's a side note. Anyway, I'm sure y'all seen it. Big fat chick. And we gonna go to her page and we gonna show you what we talking about. I just was looking at her page. I got it right here, though. I did save her page. I knew I was going to be talking about this. Here she go, right here, right?
What's the occasion? I can't wait on it. What's the occasion? I can't wait on it. Right there. What's the occasion? I can't wait. I'm impatient. I'm top big, they.
She big. She elevated. Alright. I just wanted to show y'all that. Oh, matter of fact, I do want to go to her page, though, right? We don't want to hear the music no more. We just wanted to go to her page. But anyway, they're spinning in the clip. She called the lift. Was trying to go to a watch party. Maybe the playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk to me about the playoffs, right? And the Lyft driver pulls up. He looks at her and, he tells her kindly and respectfully to me, right? I'm not going to be able to do it. Like the way my tires is set up, the way my struts is set up, I'm not going to be able to do it, right? And she's like, well, why? He's like, you should have called an XL, woo, and long story short, even though we're going to continue to talk. She called some lawyers up, or some lawyers, like the ambulance chasers. They might seen the story. And before we continue, I will say this. I'm not mad at her for filing a lawsuit. One, you could sue anybody. You could sue a ham sandwich. You could sue anybody. That doesn't make the person that you're suing guilty. That's number one. When it's a loophole, you know what I mean? The way these people been playing the game, and I'm saying these people, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, then okay, it's not for you to know. You can find a loophole or some shit. The supermarket, you fall, slip. Supermarket ain't got to pay for it, but insurance or whatever it is. The city bus hits you in the back. Oh, my neck, my back. You know what I mean? I can't hear no more. My ear ringing. I'm having nightmares. I can never take public transportation again. Get your money. Fuck that. Get your money. Right? So I'm not mad at that. If you mad at that, cool. I just see that it's opportunity presenting itself. Is it a scumbag way to do it? It could be viewed as that way, but so what? There's money to go around. All they doing is printing this shit. That's why I don't know why we all struggling. All they doing is printing this shit. Shit is paper, right off the tree. That's why the saying is, money don't grow on trees. It's really that they're being funny, because it actually does. It grows and then they make the paper how to do it. You know what I mean? So, if she can get $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, whatever Lyft is going to end up paying her, they might have to pay her. That part we'll have to wait and see. And she can reverse the generational curse in her family. Now, whether they're going to go broke in 2-3 years after they buy Bentleys, Ferraris, after she get her butt done, titty reduction, after she change her body and Transformers roll out, or whatever they're going to do with the money, that's a side note. I'm not mad if she get the money, right? I am mad that allegedly, when I was looking up the story, the Lyft driver was fired. I am mad about that, or mad in the sense that I feel like he caught a stray because she recognize like, oh, I may have a lawsuit on my hands. I'm saying, I'm gonna get these motherfuckers. It's coming out of the insurance money they're gonna settle. Maybe I get 100,000. Maybe it won't be $1 million or $2 million, but 100,000. If you do right with it and you get it at one lump sum, you could change your life. You could. A lot of people are struggling out here, and it looked like she's struggling, like most rappers. They don't really got it. And when you look at her name, paid queen bitch or whatever it is, you say, damn, you a paid queen, well, you can't afford a XL. I travel Uber sometimes. I take the bike. I'm on the train. I'm on the bus. I drive, whatever. I get driven. I'm a New Yorker. A lot of times when I take the a Uber, if you will, if it's only $5 or $3 and the car look better, I may get it. Call me what you want or judge me how you want, and I'm by myself just to pull up and maybe something nice. So for you to be going to a watch party and you never call an XL. You can't have all the money that you're saying you got. And I get a lot of people's name is, Rich Bucks Dollars, but you broke as the fuck. But that's your rap name. So you going, all your raps is lifestyle of the rich and famous, but you poor as a motherfucker. And how they say, what's the saying go? You live in a champagne lifestyle on a beer budget. You know how to finagle and move stuff around. That's cool. Don't be mad at people that know how to, talk a little fast or get a little bit more for a little bit less. Not that they not willing to work, but just they know how to work the system. Never be mad at that. If you mad at that, then figure out how you could do it. Not break the law and go to jail on some Nori shit. You hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care, but when you get caught, remember that. I don't care. I'm not telling you that. I'm talking about if you can find little loopholes that's not breaking. That's loopholes. That's what they for. Because once they see that it's a loophole, they're going to come back and fix it. And I guarantee you, if Lyft got to pay her, something going to go into the bylaws or, something where drivers, because they're using their own cars. Not like it's the public transportation. It's his personal car. Only he knows his car like he knows his car. Whether the check engine light is on, and from the video, you even could hear the car sound like it was, you know what I mean? So it's like, damn, if I put this bitch in this car, I may not be able to work tomorrow. So to hear that he lost his job, I don't know if that's the only thing he was doing, but we assuming that it was. Then you stopped him from feeding his family for a couple of weeks, a few days, till he can figure it out, get unemployment. Yet you might end up on the right end of the stick, meaning the lawsuit. But the thing is this is why I want to bring it up. She's a rapper. She's super obese. Like, she's not full-figured. She's not a big-boned girl. She's obese. And she's morbidly obese. Looking like Rasputin. Looking like you can't even talk without being out of breath. Your legs and all that is covering your calves. You're going to die. And you young. And I'm not nothing wrong with being a rapper. A lot of people under her comments, it's a lot of hate. Talking about the driver being suspended, you a fat bitch, and they going in on her. And I get it. The internet could be a cruel, cruel world. And like my nigga Great Fire, who just checked in on one of his songs, that Get Back When You Get Down. He got the intro is from the Rocky movie. And I think Rocky was talking to his son. And he's like, let me tell you something about life. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a mean, nasty, vicious place. And I don't care how tough you are, it'll beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. That's the facts. And, no matter how hard you hit, nobody's going to hit as hard as life. I just had to throw that in because my nigga just checked in. Mac Man, what's up? We live on Instagram and we live on YouTube. What we can't do is lie to people. Can't lie. We have to have some form of accountability. You have to. Everybody's not a 10. Everybody's not Kelly Rowland. Everybody's not a Rihanna, or whoever you think look good, Jada Pinkett in her prime, whoever you think look good, right? Big Mama, Lotto, right? The new people. Some might even think Gorilla look good, right? Cool. Whoever you think look good, cool. But everybody's not who you think looks good. Somebody got to be a precious. Somebody has to be. Meaning that we all beautiful in the eyes of the Lord because we his children. He created us all. We all have uniqueness, even though we all humans and have some of the same. Like, you be like, this person act like this person look like this person. It's somebody in this universe that look just like your twin. And I get it all the time. People be like, yo, you look like such and such. And I be like, yeah, I know, I get that. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's way off, but sometimes I be like, yeah, I get it. Or you act like, yo, my man, when I was locked up, y'all never met, but y'all act just the same. We have similar traits and similar similarities, but we not all beautiful aesthetically. Now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so I'm not shitting on this sister. Somebody might be like, nah, that's my bitch. Get over here. Some scorpion shit. Get over here. You know what I mean? Like, I like her to be on top too. So when I'm about to knit up, I can't even breathe. But that shit feels, I'm being funny. I'm definitely being funny. Somebody may love and cherish her. And she should be loved and cherished. We all should, right? If you can find that person. But everybody's not a dime. Everybody's not fire like that. But in today's time, if you call her obese and morbid and disgusting looking, and then she got the yoga pants on, she got the crop top, like that's gym clothes, shorty. And she said she go to the gym. She like, yeah, my mind don't let me know that I'm big and I'm obese. You know what I mean? Pull this shit up. This last thing real quick. Just so y'all can see. And also her lawyers are smart, because in her Instagram videos, you can see that she got the crop top on, the yoga pants. She wearing like, she kind of putting on the persona that she don't care that she 500 pounds. And she 500 pounds. That's hella big, y'all. I want y'all to know that that's hella big. But when she's time to do the interview for the news conference and all that, she got the little jacket on, she got her hair a certain way, she covered up, and she, you know what I mean, looking a certain way because you don't want to present yourself like some ghetto bitch. And I get it, you shouldn't. You going before the media, you trying to get money, you don't want to come over there as some ratchet Detroit bitch. You got to come on there like, I'm the victim, I was offended, etc. But let me just pull this up real. I should have did that first. This is our videos. Here we go.
So you really telling me I'm too busy in your car?
Deja Blandings recorded it all. Her Lyft driver pulling up only to turn her down.
I was too busy.
See how she look? Presentable.
His tires, something about his tires. I asked him, what do I have to do with your tires?
This happened January 18th. The 29-year-old Detroiter was headed to a Lions watch party.
So she
never got there.
The football
so you
game.
telling me I can't
So you telling me
get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
talking soft, nice,
What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
because you 500 pounds. I'm
The
sorry.
driver told her she needed to request an XL car.
I was embarrassed and
Why?
I feel some type of way about it, you know.
Why?
She's hired a lawyer and is suing Lyft.
Well, from a legal standpoint, it seems like obvious discrimination. The Elliott-Larsen Act, which is Michigan's Civil Rights Act, specifically protects people from weight discrimination. And the driver here turned down her ride
Apparently
because of
they
her
can't
weight.
do this,
Deja-
but I want to just go to her page real quick now. Just real quick. Real quick. And then we off this topic, we're going to get to some other shit. What's her real name again? Oh, right here. Deja Bland. 1 second, people. Copy. Boom. Boom, boom. Copy. IG. What's her IG page? Here you go, right here. What's her IG page? Dank Demore. So let me go to that real quick. It should go right here. View profile. All right, so this how she ain't got no holes, bars, people. And again, she big as a motherfucker, bro. She big as a motherfucker. Can y'all see this shit? See how she dressed? And almost all her posters, she got a crop top on. That's her in the gym, so salute to her. Hopefully she get it together. But the thing is, you saying you got all this money in your raps, and people was pointing that out. That's one thing the internet is not going to let you do as well. Like, whatever your persona is, whatever your personality is, you one way. When you present one way, it's the same thing when you dating. And I'll bring it to like relationships. People be like, you know, for the first 3 to 6 months, you meeting the representative of that person. Then after, you know, 6 to 3 months, or 3 to 6 months, I should say, definitely 8 months to a year and a half. Now they fart in front of you, shit stink like a motherfucker, or they got a potty mouth. But when you first met them, they wasn't like that. All the little signs, and it's for men and women. It's for both of us. When you first meet somebody, you want to impress them, and you holding the door. You putting your phone down while y'all eating. Not out of women calling you if you're a man, but you strictly zoned in, attention, and you laughing at all their jokes, and you showing one side of you. Then after a few months, and you popped, and you done came on the cheeks and all that, and y'all done did shit, boom, boom, you met the parents. Now it's like, yeah, fuck what you talking about, nigga, I just came home. Like, you be like, dang, you wasn't talking to me like that before. And you never showed me the signs when I first met you. Bet you, it all starts when I took you serious. People act on their best behavior when they know you curious. Now every day you serious, every day you mad. You want that Michael B. Jordan to give it all I had, but you giving me Lori vibes, and that shit is sad. Like, people switch it up real quick. And you like, yo, I'm the queen bitch, I'm the boss bitch. Okay, another $10 wouldn't have been nothing for you to... Why would you even want to sit in the car? Like, even if you could fit, you're going to be sitting mad tight in there. When you could just get an XL, you could do a video. I'm about to go to the Lions game, and it's about to be lit. I'm in Detroit, what up? And y'all lost that day. You could be lit, but yet you cooped up in the joint. And this is the last thing I'm going to say on that. I'm not going to say their names, because their names don't really matter. But back then, rest in peace, K. Slay, right? At K. Slay, at one of his straight stunt parties, there was some of your fave straight stunt models, right? And, a week before this particular party, I think it was either on World Star, or maybe it was Sub-Zero, or one of these DVDs. Back then is the DVD era, and these were two particular chicks. They both were straight stunt models. One of them got the Birkin bag. This is back then, and she like, yo, my bag is your life, and cost me woo to get the bag, and and back then I'm caught up in the wave too on fashion, what shit costs, what shit don't cost. I'm totally not on that wave now. And I'm so happy, right? I relieve myself of that bullshit, right? And you should too if you on that wave. And me and my came through, had a joint when we pull up to the K-Slay joint, we hop out, something nice. And the same chick that was talking down to people, shitting on women and other people, pulled them with some bum ass Honda, and like 6 of them got out. And I'm like, oh shit, that's shorty from the jump off, right? And it's no knock. I'm not trying to shame the car they was in. Ain't nothing wrong with Honda, people. Nothing wrong with a Toyota, nothing wrong with a Kia, nothing wrong with none of that. Live within your means, invest your money, build generational wealth, break the curse, figure it out. Because a lot of people my age, they haven't figured it out, and everybody don't make it to be financially stable. So it's no knock on nobody that may happen to be driving the type of car that you got. The point that I'm making is that 1 week later, how they say, 5 minutes later, whole last week, you walking, doing the walk, and maybe they just was fronting and fucking around, right? But the bag, I didn't know who them type of bags was. Cost this, and both of her friends like, yeah, it cost to get this, and we be styling on them, bitch, and one was a dancer and one wasn't. I'll just leave it at that. So, they talking mad shit. So you were like, damn, you got a bag that's $10,000 and you brought it. The bag man, speaking of bags, bag man, what up? If you can afford a $10,000 bag, right, then you shouldn't be coming in no bum ass shit in that regard. And not only was it a Honda or whatever it was, but it wasn't the latest. It was like some bum version of it. That's why I'm saying that. You could do what you want in essence, right? But people are gonna remember. People are gonna pull up as we now stay. Got the receipts. So in one video you talking shit crazily about other people and you talking down. Then when I see you, she wasn't talking down to me, but I pulls up and I was in the Porsche, right? That's why I said, you know what I mean? And you pull up in that, and again, if she wasn't talking to me, but I know people that might have had seen her, like, damn, you really acting like you rich and you all that, but it's like 6 of y'all coming to a party who you want to fly in and all that, and you just had the bag, or it's just like somebody bragging, but they really don't got it. So the thing is, then you shouldn't be bragging. Live within your means. Don't try to talk down to people, and you don't really got it. Because people will remind you. People will be like, nah, bitch, don't try to style on me. You trying to get a ride with me. You can't even get an Uber. You trying to get a ride with me. Same thing for this young lady right here. You know, I know she getting a lot of hate, so I don't got no hate for her. I don't know her. I don't really care. I feel bad the Uber driver or the Lyft driver lost his livelihood, at least for now. Maybe he'll end up winning, suing Lyft too. Maybe he could sue too. But for you to sue, make a big case out of it, all because you ain't want to spend a couple of extra dollars just to get a bigger lift. Where your family and your friends at? You going to a watch party, why none of them ain't come get you? Why they ain't come get you? Because they probably ain't want your big ass in their car. It's the truth. And we have to start getting back to telling the truth without it being considered hate. There's no hate. I don't hate you. I want you to win. I want us to win. You know what I mean? Like, as a people. I really, really do. But in winning, like Dr. Umar said, and I'll get off this topic with this. It's a viral video, and this is old, but Dr. Umar was giving a speech to like men and women, and he was saying some of our kids, we got to do away with them. Some of our kids can't go to the place that we need to be going. And a lot of people in the audience, you can hear them grab their pearls, especially the ladies, like, what you mean? I love my son, even though he the king of the bloods, even though he telling them young niggas that's younger than him, go put that work in, stash these drugs, go do this, go do that. He's sending them to self-destruction. That's still your baby, so I get it. You don't want to see that he may not be able to go to the new world, that he got to stay in the old world. But Dr. Umar, pretty much that's what his message was. Like, even some of them got to get killed. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to take it too far and put words in his mouth, but if I'm not mistaken, that's why that speech and his talk went viral. Because it's like, nah, some of them got to get killed. Some of them got to go off to jail. We got to let them niggas rot because they harming the community. Ticky boom boom, what's the word, my guy? Happy Friday. Some of them got to get left back. If you ain't going to do it, if you ain't going to take the belt off, if you ain't going, you know what I mean, talk to your kids and let them know what it is, who else going to do it? The streets going to do it. The government going to do it. The police going to do it. Other niggas in jail going to do it once they get there. And that's what it's going to be. So we got to just start telling the truth. Everybody ain't a dime. Everybody's not rich. You shouldn't be fronting for people that don't give a fuck about you anyway. And you can't call yourself the paid queen bitch and you can't even afford an XL lift to go to a party. But again, I'm not mad at her for finding a loophole, finding an ambulance, chasing lawyers, because this is the last thing. I know I keep saying that with different topics, but he like, in essence, it's like not taking somebody in your cab because they black or because they Spanish or because they, I think he said Christian or Muslim. So he tried to use like, no, that's not the same, sir. I get that you're a lawyer. I didn't pass the bar, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn. No, I do got a certificate for being up north and doing a certain amount of hours of working in the law library. And I was a law library clerk up north. I wasn't the chef up north, but I was a law library clerk up north. And I do know a little bit about the law, just a little bit. Not as much as him, but it's not the same. Being obese, being overweight is not the same as being black. So let's stop the bullshit. You can choose to be obese or not. You can try to get your health together, and certain people, that may not apply. No matter how much health eating they doing, working out they doing, they're going to be big. But we can't choose our skin color. You could choose to be a Muslim. You can switch your religion to Christianity. That's something you could control. You can't control your skin color. So we need to cut the shit when we're like, yeah, it's the same if he would have turned her away because she was black. No, nigga. And he was a white man that said this. No, nigga. She's choosing to be that way. And we gotta stop lying to people. I got a few more topics, and we gonna get out of here. Let's talk about this ASAP Rocky shit, right? He's spinning in the clip currently, and for all the wrong reasons. For all the wrong reasons. Allegedly, maybe kind of, sort of. He tried to gun his man down, his homie. And I'm like, His man is on the stand now saying, Kareem Akbar, he is the true leader of the CNB, and if I'm going down, I'm taking all you niggas with me. Oh, you thought it was a game? Who threatened you? They threatened me. Who? Kareem Akbar. That shit never gets old, and that's why I plainly say it on the channel. Go watch New Jack City if you were youngin' and you don't know. Nino Brown was on the stand telling them, like, listen, they threatened to kill me. And they said they would kill my mother. Who threatened to kill you? Kareem Akbar. And, Riley or Rolly, whatever his name is, because I didn't know who he was. Obviously, I know ASAP Ferg, you know what I mean? Not personally, but the names of the group, because they all got ASAP in their name. And obviously, ASAP Rocky, who's the most famous of the group, rap career-wise, and obviously he bagged Rihanna. Like, Rihanna, you know what I mean? Or Rihanna, you know what I mean? And so he's the most seen, he's the most noticeable out of the group. And allegedly, what happened in LA or wherever they was at, he ran down on his man, the dude that took the stand, tried to pop him. People intervene, end up grazing his fists. A lot of sketchy details. Again, I wasn't there. I don't know what's true or what's not true. I want to talk about it in this sense because people are saying that he's a fool. He's a dummy. He's finished. See what they did to Tory Lane. Imagine what they're going to do to him. And all those things can be true, right? All those things can be true. Number one, they saying he's stupid because I think they offered him, 18 months or 680 days, something like that. Again, the details are sketchy. I looked at it, but all of it's not coming to mind. Now, y'all might know more than me. But I do know they offered him a deal. He said no can do. Now he's getting ready to go to trial, and the trial has started. The trial started. The guy testified, pointing him out, said he tried to pop me and do all this. So now it's in the juror's hands. So, you know what I mean? He could face what they're saying is 24 to life. I think it was 23 or 24 when I looked it up. Will he do this much time? I don't know. Will they make an example out of him? I don't know. My thing is that you didn't do it, though. Coming from somebody that has copped out a few times. I took shit to trial. I took 2 cases to trial. I won one and I lost one. The one that I lost wasn't really no significance at all. It was a DUI that I was fighting. I mean, I wasn't guilty in my mind, and I wasn't. I'm taking this shit to trial. Hired 2 black sisters, paid them almost 5 bands, and we lost. The other shit was for some drug shit and some car shit and some other shit. Took it to trial, and I won. And then other cases, again, y'all know I'm not an angel on the channel, and I don't say that to big up jail or nothing like that to make me look like I'm some tough guy, because I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm just a regular person, and I did some things. I'm not proud of all of them. With that being said, I also know what it's like to say, damn, I did this shit, or I didn't do this shit, but I don't know what the evidence they saying they got. They offering this. Do I really want to go sit on Rikers with these bum-ass niggas and being locked up with white boys, with dirty white boys and Ricans? No, I don't. But the other hand is, I know what I got on my record. I know if somehow they play dirty and they do find me guilty, oh, you out of here. And do you ever think about when you out of here? Your days on these New York streets running amok, you out of here. So does the risk worth the reward is what I'm trying to say. Only he knows that. Obviously, he's a millionaire. His wife is a billionaire with her Fendi and her makeup shit and her catalog and all that. And she's one of the faces we all know. Everybody know who the fuck Rihanna. We call her Riri. You know what I mean? Should he have copped out and took the plea if he didn't do it? I don't know. Only he could say. But what I will say is if you did it, my nigga. If you did it, and even I was talking with my man earlier today, he like, yo, Lee, when you talk on your show, and I was with him when I was starting to get my topics together. He was taking me to the crib. He like, yo, when you talk about that ASAP shit, it was a prop gun. And I'm like, it was a prop gun? I said, I didn't read that. You know, I try to do my due diligence when I talk, so I at least have the facts right and mixed with my, you want to have the facts right, then I'll put my opinion. Like, these are the facts, but this is what I think. This is how I feel. This is how I see it. Now, that may could be wrong, but the facts got to be right. Oh, he did get caught with the gun. They didn't find the gun. His man took the stand. You get what I'm trying to say. So he like, yeah, I'm like, they got the gun, right? He like, I don't know if they got the gun, but it was a prop gun. And I'm like, what you mean a prop gun? This is a prop gun. This is the Wolverine. You know what I mean? This is the Wolverine and Deadpool gun. The gun at the end of the movie where the nigga that looked like him with the dog, he took the 2 gold guns. This is a prop gun, meaning it can't shoot, it can't do anything. You know what I mean? It can't do anything. I'm like, how his hand get scraped up or whatever? He fell. You know, so we still talking about it and trying to get the details. The point is, if he did it, and they offered you a plea, some bum ass plea, like, well, you could come home, take your little smack on the wrist, and you come home to your girlfriend, not your wife. I don't think they married, and your kids, and you be done with it. Or you pay the destitution fee, restitution, and you be done with it. If you fuck around and try to find out, and you did it, oh, you might be where Tory Lanez is at, and even 10 years, he ain't catch nobody with Megan Thee Stallion, right? Even if he didn't do it or he did it, say he did it, right? And I still don't think he did. I think it was the friend. But that's just my opinion. But say he did it. Shot her in the foot, she still was yada, 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 yada. You know, you heard the song, Uncle Murder. They gave him 10 years for that shit. So imagine shooting your man, just like that situation, over some money that wasn't paid for a funeral or was paid, but it was not enough. Or even, and this is rumors, or we getting into he say shit, which I don't really want to do that. Azealia Banks, who from Harlem as well. She like, yeah, I know them niggas. And he did it because homie was, you know, trying to talk to Rihanna and whatever it was, which sound more plausible over a funeral and somebody on some money. Like, was he jealous or was he thinking you was out of line? I really don't know. My whole point is, when you're dealing with the justice system, and justice is blind, like my eyes on some Phoebe shit. If you did the shit, and you think they got enough evidence to convict you, and first of all, the ham sandwich can be indicted. And I'm fully, and I'm not proud of this, but I'm fully aware of the judicial system, how it works, going back and forth to court on a drug case, gun cases, armed robbery cases, assault cases, kidnap cases, you know, a lot of different cases. And again, I'm not throwing my record out to make me look even one way. You could judge for yourself. I'm not no better than the next nigga, right? And I'm not tougher than the next nigga, right? I'm just saying, I've been in the system, I've been to trial, and I've copped out, and I've been around other brothers, etc., worked in a law library, helped people with their cases, etc., brothers that couldn't read, you know what I mean, things of that. So I'm just I have a little knowledge. If you did it, and you think they got you, and your time that you could be facing is a lot, and you got a lot to lose, meaning like, not to say that I didn't have a lot to lose, I got family that love me, you know, I had stuff going on, and a lot of people got stuff going on too, but I mean like an ASAP Rocky, Jonathan Majors, and different people we see in, you know, the public eye, so to speak. You got a lot to lose, because you up. You made it out the ghetto, and it's rough in the GHE, TTO. Gotta learn how to hear evil and see no. Spit nothing but acid like Amino. That's a Jada reference. You got a lot to lose. You're not married. You gave her the babies. For people that's thinking like this, or if she leave him or whatever, he gonna leave her what he came with. Now, he was a millionaire, I'm sure, before he got with her. But if he married her, or if his situation stay the same, he ain't set like he is with her. She is the breadwinner, or she making the most money. And maybe that's why he in them articles in the magazines holding the baby and looking mad suspect. Keep it above. We talked about this when that magazine came out, and they on the cover and he just looking crazy. Why not just cop out, bro? Take the smack on the wrist, do your little, what it was, 180 days or whatever they was offering him, pay the restitution, pay your man, be done with the shit, and get over it. As opposed to, I ain't do that shit. fighting to the death. Woo, woo, woo. Now, the only thing that I come on this channel and say that I'm never copping out, I copped out to some things. But what I'm never copping out to is no sexual harassment, no shit dealing with no kids, no shit dealing with no women. I don't give a fuck how much time I'm facing. Those are the things that I'm not copping out to. And y'all had to just send me up north where I've been. And like Jada said, comfortable, far from home, even eating right, even on the bar or the phone. Like, it is going to be what it's going to be, but you're not going to put no Brother Polite shit on my record. You're not going to put no, I was about to say Little Baby, but I think it's Kodak Black copping out with the young girl. You're not going to get no Kobe shit on me. You're not going to get me for none of that. That we going to trial for. And we'll go to trial 1,000 times out of 1,000 times because that's just not something I'm rocking with. So I'm going to stand firm on that. But if it's like, oh, the bag was next to me and I was hustling and nigga say he ran and threw the shit or the gun was mine and you ain't, you know what I mean? Like something like that for my record. How much you owe me? 2 to 3? Fuck, I got to go away. I'm probably going to contemplate it at least because going to trial and losing is 10 to 20. It's 15 to 20. It's 7 and 15 or whatever the number's going to be because you were a predicate or you got more than one felony and violent crime on your record. So they're going to make an example of you. But for him, obviously I'm not wishing it on him. If it's true, I'm also thinking like, why are you trying to shoot your man, my nigga? And then you think of the Remy Ma shit and, I shot my best friend over a band and imagine what I do to a bitch that I can't stand. Like, so what would make you get that emotional? Because when you're going to do some shit, you either got to be over emotional or you got to be super calculated and set like, I'm going to kill this nigga. I already know I'm killing him, so I'm taking the gun out. I already know. So when I see him, he's dead. He's did it and done. He's a resident of Queens. Like Prodigy in him, rest in peace. He's did it and done. And I'm going to kill you. Not even over emotional, but knowing I'm going to do it. So it's cold blood. So it's either acting out and I'm kill this nigga, or an accident, the gun fumble, or whatever. I stabbed him, trying to defend myself, or it's calculated like I'm going outside, I'm getting in my car, I'm driving to the Bronx, pulling up to his job, and as soon as when he come out, I'm popping him. Or I'm going in his job. I'm just drawing up examples, the difference between a manslaughter, murder in the first, and how they break it down. Like, did you calculate? Was it premeditated, or was it a crime of passion? You came in and see the mailman's pants in the mailman's bag, like, and the mailman fucking your wife, and you lose it. Oh, shit, I'm gonna kill this bitch, and I'm gonna kill a mailman. That's different than, you know what I mean? I knew she was fucking him, so I plotted. I got the rental, got the hotel, followed him to up. No, I followed them to, you know what I mean? Like, those is premeditated thoughts. Like, you calculated it out. You being strategic about it. That's the difference. I don't know what would make him do it. If he was allegedly, we're gonna find out soon enough. Why he did that to somebody that you grew up with. He carried an ASAP name, and over what? Over a funeral that wasn't paid for or was paid for, or as Azalea Banks allegedly, I put that on there saying that it was over Rihanna. So your girl is thinking about fucking one of your mans, your baby moms. And if that's the case, then you lost anyway. So shooting this nigga ain't gonna do nothing for you, because if your girl is for the streets, then I'm sorry, fellas. She's for the streets. It ain't nothing you gonna do to save her, and don't save her. She don't want to be saved. That's the facts. Let's get to some other shit. Let's get to 2 more topics, and then we out of here. How long we been on here? 2 more topics. The first one, this one is crazy. This is dealing with tonight's conversation. The people from that group, that would be Keita Rose, Kitty, the ringleader, Ace Metaphor, what's the other, Randy, right? The light-skinned chick. How you doing, darling? Who are you? Who are you, darling? Who are you, right? And, first, before we get into the crash out of Keita Rose, it's real trending on the internet now, on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. A lot of the channels is doing reactions to it because she's crashing out. She's definitely crashing out. Six the Goddess, she has some stuff to say about it. She was on a platform, and a lot of information is coming out about it. I think I want to attack it or speak my points for you guys to say, you can't just take anything people say on the internet to heart, right? And I use that to say, like, I was married, I'm divorced, I've been in relationships like a lot of you guys. Shit works, shit don't work, right? It don't make me an expert, but it makes me have some experience. Like, you may have some experience, and you can give advice to a degree, or you can speak to a certain point to a degree. Should you be packing out shows like they was doing? And I might seem like I'm jumping all around as I get into the topic, because it is all over the place. It's all over the place, right? So I wanted to preference that by saying, first, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's the show, The Tonight Show, who's the ringleader or the producer, executive, boss player of the show is Ace Metaphor, right? This is his show. He take these people that's on his panel, that they regulars on the show, and they go on tour. Like, we on a world tour with Muhammad, my man, going east to every state with the mic in my hand, London, Houston, VA, right? And they go to Mississippi, they in New Orleans, they in Vegas, they in Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, and they go to all these different places, and people, mostly women. And again, if I'm jumping all over, it seems that way, hopefully it ties in, because there's a lot of legs on this octopus. There's a lot of strings on these puppet masters. A lot of ladies, and y'all know what I'm going to say next. Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? So a lot of y'all showing up, paying top dollar on the, and I like some of the channels, they edit, I'm live, so I can't play certain things, and maybe when I edit it, I'll do it. But when you look at a lot of the other channels, they got the, you know, the audio from Keita Rose, and a lot of the shit that's coming out, the lives that he did to protect himself or try to get ahead of the story. But let's start with, okay, you married, some of them are married. Randy is married. I think another, Keita is married. I'm not Keita, Kitty is married, the dark-skinned lady, right? So they got husbands. Like, wait, that's your husband? So they marry, you have some experience. You can tell other people who may have some marital questions. So how you and your husband keep it, how y'all keep it spicy after 5 years, let's say? That's a question I can answer. If you've been married, whether you divorced or you still married, you can answer. I think even if you didn't get married legally and you've been with a person for a certain amount of time, say 10 years, you could be able to answer that question too. Well, this is how me and my girl did it. This is how me and my boyfriend did it. You know, after 5 years, it did start to get stale, but we went on date nights more. We seen the video, we watched the movie, we read some Zane books, right? He'll read a chapter, I'll read a chapter. We watch porn together. We did certain things. We popped a Molly together. Whatever it is. So you can speak about your anecdotal experiences, but that doesn't mean that's everybody. So everybody's going to have a different experience. But do that mean that women in droves, because when you look at their audiences, talking about the live shows, when they on tour, on with Muhammad, my man, people was paying $200, $300, $400. $400 to go sit there and watch a panel of people playing a role and giving information. And who was the other? Oh, Trip. I think that's his name, right? He was the one with the beard, for those that know what I'm talking about, with the glasses. I think he's also married. And he was more like the sensible one. So when I did see clips, because I didn't really watch their show at all, but I did see a lot of clips of their show. So Ace Metaphor, again, he's the ringleader. He's a master marketer. He got the cards, and now that Keita Rose is coming out and exposing, she got a series called Who the Fuck Did I Work For? Kind of like playing on Who the Hell Was I Married To? It's a series that was Who Was I Married To? So she got the antics, and she kind of reminded me of like a Nicki Minaj with the eyes going on and changing her voice and getting real animated. And she got fired, right? You're fired, Donald Trump, you're fired. Now go that way. So she mad now. And now she's exposing. So that's why I said, if it seems like I'm jumping around, I'm really not. So she's coming out and she's disgruntled and she's spilling the beans about Ace Metaphor, JoJo, Mumo, whatever the fuck his name is, about Kitty, who's supposed to be her friend, about how she was cheating and this person is he's sleeping with everybody and he ain't paying everybody and it's real abuse and this going on. And when you sit there and you listen to some of the things that she's saying, you're like, all right, well, it was abuse and you've been with the show since 2019. That's 5 years now. And that show is real big. He make over $500,000 from one tour. And I'm not knocking the brother. Just like I wasn't knocking Derek Jackson. And this is around the first time when I found out about Derek Jackson, when I really was starting to make videos. This is why I wasn't even going live then. I just was trying to just start my YouTube journey, right? For those that may remember. And when he got exposed for cheating on his wife and being a habituary cheater, and Tasha K, who I had just found out about back then, it's like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, right? I'm like, damn, she seemed real happy to expose him. Like, she just was so happy, Tasha K that is, to like finally catch the big fish. Like, this is like the nigga from the Jaws movie, and he finally got Jaws. Like, you know what I mean? You son of a bitch, come and get me. And Jaws jumped and bit the electric line and electrocuted herself. I'm watching the video about him because I didn't know who he was. I didn't know who she was. I just was coming through these YouTube streets and running through these YouTube platforms, right, in these alleyways. And she just had so much joy in the fact that he got outed for cheating on his wife and that she was exposing him. And I'm saying, damn, this bitch is mad happy. And then I did a video about her, like, you know, who the hell is this short-head bitch or whatever, come to find out. She was Tasha K, and her views is up, her channel over 1 million subscribers, and, you know, she one of the big YouTubers, right? And I still follow her to this day with the winos and all. I think she's very entertaining. But she get the joy or she get views off of exposing people. Well, this person is gay, like Wendy Williams, and this person down low, she gonna get your wife to come do an interview. They're gonna do certain things. So now this chick, Keita Rose, right? She's exposing everything. And she's online saying like this dude was abusing, this dude was manipulating and doing this. And, you know, she quit her job and she even, this is her words, she's making $150,000 just from a tour. He made $500,000. So they getting money. And they getting money because it's a lot of gullible men and women, but more so women. And this is why. Derek Jackson was married, but he was fucking all the stripper bitches and flying joints down to Miami, or when his wife wasn't home, flying them into their house, and women was able to do videos about him like, I'm in Derek Jackson's room right now. This is his bedroom with his wife. And it's like, damn, bro, you made it. You found the angle to get these women, to manipulate these women, to lie and pander to these women, because they gonna pay. And like we quote rap people on this channel. Jada said that the women that count for real, trust me, dog, the thugs are dove it. Meaning that women gonna pay. Women are the biggest consumers. And it's even the commercial, when I quoted this commercial a few times with the women, it was like a retirement commercial, and it's like, women are bad with money. And the silence show you different women. One look like a judge, one look like a teacher, one look like a lesbian, short white-haired girl, right? I don't know if she is or not. I'm just telling you how the commercial is. If you don't know, you might not be seeing this commercial wherever you at. And then it's like, save it. Know what I mean? And it's saying that women are more prone to being homeless than men. And the reason why is because they spend their money and they're easily manipulated to buy shit on Amazon. Oh, you see something on TikTok, some makeup shit, you want to try it. You see your friend with the bag or the shoes from Fashion Nova, you want to buy it. Like the big companies, they market it to the women because they're going to spend. And that's why Jada said the women count for real. Trust me, dog, the thugs are dub it. So he like, yo, the women to buy my CD or my album, the niggas going to dub it. Nigga ain't gonna buy. Like, they gonna be able to quote all the rhymes like I do. They gonna fuck with me, but they're not gonna spend their money on me. The women gonna spend their money. And so with people like Ace Metaphor, people like Derek Jackson, and it's a whole bunch of these motherfuckers online. And I say that not with venom, but it's no hate. Get your money. At least you ain't out here selling drugs and robbing and getting people. But you are being conniving in the sense of you lying. You telling the women what they think they want to hear. And so you set it up to where you got a whole show supposed to be talking about relationships and marriage and, you know, what women should be accepting, knowing their worth. And you got these married women up there like Randy and Kitty and all these people telling these women what they think they want to hear. And a lot of it was bullshit. And that's another, you know, angle that I want to go. Like some of the clips I would see on my timeline, I would hear them talking about single baby mothers and, you know, what's the men's fault or it's this person. Again, every situation is not one size fit all. You know, your boyfriend may have been a narcissist. He may have been a drug user and you ain't know. He put the representative on. He stuck dick to you, you got dickmatized, and now you found out this nigga's a heroin addict. And he hit you with that dope dick, huh? You running around chasing them dope boys, huh? On some juvenile shit. So you got dickmatized, he doped you up with the dope dick, and now you running behind a string, and then after a couple of years and 2 babies later, the nigga's in jail and now you a single baby mother. Of course that happens. Because women is easily manipulated. And that's why Kendrick Lamar, like, I'm tired of these ungrateful, sensitive, goofy ass, dumb bitches. On that song with him and Paige, one of my favorite songs off that Mr. Morale album, Cry Together. It's one of my favorite songs by Kendrick Lamar because he going in, she going in. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go listen to the song. Women is easily manipulated, right? Tell them what they want to hear, tell them they look nice, you smell good, woo. And no matter how bad they look, the ones that really look attractive, because everybody think they look good, but the ones that mostly a large population, or if we was to take a poll rather, not population, we'll be like, nah, Kelly Rowlands look good, right? Then if you get somebody like a Doja Cat or whoever else you could think of, and we was to take a poll, it'll be 50-50. Talking about the polls where it's high 80s, high 90s, that heterosexual men would be like, oh, nah. Now, I'm saying fuck, because men will probably fuck anything. Talking about attractiveness where men would be like, oh, nah, Nia Long was super look good. She super look good. And somebody else, oh, nah, Michelle from Destiny Child. You may not think she look as good as Beyonce or Kelly Rowland. My point is, even the ones that look like Kelly Rowland, but look like Beyonce, Halle Berry, whoever you think, they even got insecurities. So when a nigga that's handsome or got his shit together, especially if he got a couple dollars, you start, you know what I mean, macking them, you know what I mean, macking them hard, they gonna fall forward, lap it up, and you can easily manipulate them. And that's why pimps is pimps and simps is simps. And simping ain't easy. So I'm saying that to say, when you look in the audience of these tours, of the tonight's conversation show, it's a whole bunch of women, single women. And then when you see the clips where they asking them certain questions and any one of the panels can answer, you know what I mean? And you hear some of the questions they asking them, it's like, y'all really paid $300, $400? You and your girls, can I get it something to do? You know what I mean? You see it online, you want to see it live, you want to see some of your favorite influencers and celebrities. I'm going to say, you know, TikTokers, YouTubers, or, you know, whoever you are, depending on the level of your platform, you are, in essence, a celebrity. You're the new celebrity. And that's why people are willing to sell hamburgers on the side of the Brooklyn Bridge and, you know, do all type of skits and do shit for views and for followers. And when you look at this girl, Keita Rose, talking about the girl like to get doodled on, and you bringing up that she cheated with her husband, and, you know, you bringing up that he was fucking all of them, and, you know, you spilling all of the beans now. You crashing out. And you telling them you want $500,000. For those that's not familiar. And it's too much to play. That's why I'm just giving you my thoughts. Maybe when I edit the live and I break this into a separate video, I'll put all it, because she did like 8 series, bro. Or Ladies and Gentlemen and Low Life. She did 8 series. Every day she popping on part 2 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? And she going ham. exposing everything. And it's like, bro, sis, you was with these people for 4 years. And what Sparkle say? 2 years ago, promises is all. Like, hold on, bitch. You was with them for 4 years. You knew he was fucking your coworkers. You knew he was doing X, Y, Z. Why did you still stay? Because you was getting paid. You was getting paid enough where you quit your day job at Mac and Cheese or Craft. She said she was a craft worker. She like, by the way, y'all shouldn't be eating that shit. You know what I mean? Let me be quiet before they take my son. I guess she got a son. She like, I don't want, like, she really kind of bugged out. Voice is a little annoying. All the antics and shit she doing is a little annoying. But it's also, too, the person who she's exposing, one of them, supposed to be your friend. And so this is like somebody that worked for Diddy or worked for, you know, a company or whoever. Blackface, what's the word? Now you want to start telling everything. And it's like, you have to be careful of those people who, you know, they're your coworkers. You telling them a little bit too much about your personal life. All of a sudden, they in your husband's DM or they in your wife's DM. Because you telling them your wife like to get peed on. And one of the girls apparently like to eat ass, the dark-skinned chick. And I'm just recanting what she's saying. I'm not saying it's true. What I'm saying is this is what she came out and said. Like, yeah, she liked to eat ass. Then she put the video up of the girl saying she liked to eat. And she's sitting right next to a dude. He's like, what you mean? She's like, you don't like your ass? Hey, I be eating these niggas' ass. What? What are we talking about, right? And it's supposed to be a whole married woman. And she's supposed to be the one that gives all of the sensible responses. Randy's some hood ratchet bitch that's married, in my opinion, and I follow her too. Keita's the crazy one, and Kitty, the dark-skinned chick, she supposed to always give like, well, girl, you gotta work on yourself, you gotta get therapy, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And so so Keita's like, yeah, y'all thought she was the most sensible one? Look at this video of her talking about she like eating ass. Look at this video, she chasing her boyfriend down with the gun and she was bugged out and exposing. And it's like, you're going to ruin the whole platform because you got fired. You're going to now say it was full of trauma, full of abuse, and you come from that, but you ain't exposed it in the beginning. You stayed for 5 years. It's like, yeah, people asking me why I ain't leave. Why you don't think abusers ain't leave? Because they don't just want to leave right away or they can't or they this and they that. It just sounds like a lot of excuses. And again, I'm not in the ins and outs, but it just sounds crazy. So we need to, number one, watch who we take advice from. Even me, I'm not no professional gambler, even though I do a show about NBA betting every day. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a relationship guru. I've been married, I've been divorced, I cheated, I got cheated on. I got some experiences with women, so I can say, you know, I can give you some advice, or I can tell you what I think. That, although I may tell you, don't mean it applies to everybody watching my show. You know what I mean? It may just apply to you. If you give me some details about you personally, I may can say, oh, well, this is what I would do. This is what happened to me. This is why my relationship, you know, dissolved. This is what happened. This is the signs to look for. This is what you need to do to work on. But just because that fits for you doesn't fit for everybody. So that's number one. Gotta watch who you taking your advice from. These people are regular people. They getting paid. They content creators. They willing to crash out and do anything to keep the views on them so they can keep the money coming in. You just down on your luck, or you broke up with your man or your chick, or your confidence ain't up, or your self-esteem ain't up. So you listening to a dude like Ace Metaphor tell you some bum shit. Yo, buy my course, like the Fresh and Fit and these other different channels. Yeah, all you gotta do is do this and do that. Yo, send me $500. I'm gonna tell you how to get these bitches. And you, because you don't know, you sending them $500. And 5 times whatever, how many suckers they get to buy it. I'm not shitting on their business model. They ain't selling drugs, they ain't robbing, they ain't kicking old ladies down the stairs. They figured it out that it's a lot of gullible people, a lot of people on the internet that's lost. And that's just the facts. They don't know. Billy D, what's the word? So they're looking for somebody that they think aesthetically got the money, they seem like they got the women, They know how to talk because they've been doing it for a long time. If you look at some of my old videos, I wasn't as seasoned as I am now. And I even could get better. But the point is, if you're doing something for a certain amount of time, you are going to get better. And it don't matter how you start. It matters how you finish. Yeah, you may not be able to shoot a jump shot, like water in the beginning, but 1,000 jump shots a day, you're going to get your jump shot shooting up. The percentages is going to go up. Your first time boning, you may not hit that. That's not it. Chick may tell you, nigga, that's not it. After a few go-arounds, oh, you a swordsman now. And challenge, Scorpios, we the best. Now you know what you're doing. That's with anything. You burning up the eggs. You don't know how to fucking boil eggs. Then you figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And my video ended again. I'm not sure why. But those are just the things. So the last thing too is be careful who you tell your business to, people. Even your co-workers or your family. And I done have family and other people, I seen them argue with each other, not know how to communicate what they feel was wrong what the other person did to them or vice versa. So they go right online, you start texting my aunt this, my uncle that, or my father this, my father that, or whatever, and you putting all your business out there for other people to see, and it's like, damn, why are you doing that? All you had to do was just call my phone, text me. Yeah, I ain't like that, cuz I ain't like what you said, woo woo woo. I had somebody say, we was talking about me on your show? No, I wasn't. I was talking in general. Sometimes it may I may draw some experience from my personal experience. That's all I could do. But I wasn't talking about you specifically. Don't take it personal. Let's get to this last topic and we out of here. Let's talk about this Tiffany Henyard. Sure y'all seen the video by now. Her boyfriend throwing blows with the activists. You know what I mean? The brother from out of Chicago. And this was a crazy, crazy town hall meeting, a crazy fiasco. First, before we even continue, I don't know how she still got her position. I honestly know. I'm not hating on no black sister, none of that. Black people, we need to get into politics more. We need to be in different spaces so that we can exercise nepotism, right? On some LeBron James, get Bronny in, and that's my cousin, my mom's a lawyer, or my cousins and them. Like, we need this. We need the network and all that. And like Wu-Tang said, my seeds grow with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. The more relationships that you have, the better. That's just that, no. So I'm not hating on her for getting into politics, and on that angle. What I do look at her with the side eye is all of the things that keep coming out about her. Being coming, I was earlier, if you just catching the show, I did the Nino Brown, Kareem Akbar. She actually came to a place of business as the fucking mayor. And she got two positions. She's the mayor and then she's the township, forget the other title, it's the township something. So she got two positions and it's kind of like conflicting. I don't know how she finagled that, but she did. Anyway, she comes to the meeting dressed like Nino Brown from New Jack City with the dog in her hand. And if you're not familiar with the scene, they had their little meeting inside their headquarters. He came in, he let the two Rockwilders off the leash, and he talking to all of them. And then Christopher Williams, Am I Dreaming? He was in the movie, right? He took out the knife, stabbed him in the hand, choked him up and all that. You know what I mean? After he gave his speech, something like Al Capone and what was the movie Al Capone was in? When he hit the nigga with the bat and he like, yo, team player and all that. Anyway, this is how she came to work, imitating that. And I'm like, damn, this what the mayor doing? You know what I mean? This, taking trips and doing videos and, the people who speaking up like, yo, we need to get her out of here. Got police on taxpayers' dime, following people, harassing people, intimidating people, doing foul shit. So I don't know how she's still in office. The feds is investigating her now. They've been investigating her, but I guess the investigation hasn't ended yet. I believe she's going to go to jail, and I'm not wishing that on her. I didn't make her do any of the things that she did, but you know, the video was crazy of the dude. He came, he gave his spiel. You know, you get like 2 minutes to speak to the, you know, the officials of your town, of your city, etc. You get to vent, and you know, he vented. He did call her a bitch. You know, he did say some disrespectful things. I will say that I gotta be fair, and I have to be honest, and I gotta call a spade, and it just is what it is. However, when he finished, the boyfriend, he is also a paid employee of the town and of the, you know, of that place. What is it, Springfield, whatever, wherever it's at, right? He hooks him. They end up fighting. Other people jump in. She jumps in, comes from behind the desk she was sitting at with the microphone. She says she was trying to break it up, but the video suggests something other than that. Now, a lot of people are talking about, let's watch the video real quick. In case y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I do got the video. Let's watch the video real quick. Because this shit was wild.
This venture, your restaurant was deemed nasty. It's proven while you talking about her education, we can't even verify yours. But since you sold for women, I really already knew by the way you handled Fania. But for you to sit up here and disparage that woman after giving her that fake ass congratulations in the beginning because you thought you was gonna get what you wanted. Here's the thing. I want to educate you.
Yo, black people gotta amp it up.
Employee, and they none of her business ventures ever failed. On top of that, she serves as a chief of staff, and she didn't fuck her way to the top. Oh my God! Don't hide her deeds. She is efficient in organization. She served as a temporary interim executive director for the Dalton Park District until she stepped aside to help her daughter become something you'll never be, which is a married woman.
Whoa, body blows.
Moved away to Texas, and when her daughter moved away to Texas, she went to help her daughter. But I done heard about 4 or 5 people tell me how they had to take care of yours. And so now you've been a half-ass mayor. But if you wanted to get up here and earn some respect, then you should have been able to respond to Lori Lightfoot's report about credit cards. You want to talk about them not coming to work, but we've been hearing about what you've been doing while you've been at work. And I'm going to give away the rest of my time because I think on behalf of the Black Cookout Association that we would better take a vote that we're going to exchange your black ass for Stephanie to be the new member of Amish. So all those in favor say, all those against it say nay, all those in favor say aye.
And then after that, he walked off and, you know, niggas sucker punched him and they started fighting.
This venture,
so, in one breath, obviously, the activist, and I can't even think of his name. I should have just looked at the post while I had the phone open. He's out of line. Obviously, he's speaking for the people, and the champ is here. He's the people's champ, right? And I get it. You want to stick it to the man, or in this case, the woman, right? She foul. She did a lot of foul shit. Even it's supposed to be death involved. Like her tenure at Dalton. I said Springfield. I'm thinking of The Simpsons. At Dalton County and all that was another video of another activist with the police following him to a county that he don't have no jurisdiction in. Then he filmed him like, yo, you following me? He walked, rolled up on him. Then the police left. So, she got henchmen, and no one man should have all that power. The clock ticking, I just count down like Malcolm X point, you know what I mean? Like, and the cop said, no one man should have, like, you mob boss status now. Like, you like the mob now. Or some black mafia, guerrilla mafia, or what's the niggas out in Houston, mob ties, like you running down on black people and you just doing the most. And so the people want her out. They've been wanting her out. He as an activist, obviously he's for the people. Could he got up there and been more respectful? Of course. Call her a bitch, call her, you're never going to be a married woman. You don't take care of your daughter, but other people do. Like really taking shots and blows. And she had to sit there and listen to her because that's what they do. You let the people vent you take inventory of what they're saying, and you try to come to some resolutions to fix whatever issues that people may be having because you are a public servant. Even though you're the mayor, you're there to serve us as the people. Her boyfriend is also a servant. Yeah, he decided, I ain't like called her a bitch. I ain't like how you said certain things. Bog, I'm going to hook right off in the town hall meeting. So they fight, 2 men. Okay, cool. Police come and break it up. They got security there. They got police there. But here you come as the mayor, knowing all the stuff that's on your jacket, knowing you being investigated for funds and misappropriations of money and commingling and doing all type of crazy shit. You walk in a thin line. The last thing that you want to do as the mayor, the governor, somebody that sit in a high position that the people elected is show your ass. It's about to say show your blackness, but that's not just exclusive to black people. A lot of people show their ass in places that they shouldn't. It's just not appropriate. That wasn't the right time. That wasn't the right place. And, they let some people on pay leave, even though people are like, how the fuck they on pay leave? How the fuck they on pay leave? It just adds to the mountain and snowball that's rolling. And I think out of it, like I said, I think she will do jail time. I don't know if it's going to be feds or state or whatever, but I think she will be out of there. And I'm just wondering, like, people like, some women in the comments, the delusion is real. But that was her man, and she was showing her loyalty. A lot of y'all like a woman that's going to fight for her man. Yeah, but it's a time and it's a place. If you see me fighting another man, fall back. So let me, even if I'm getting my ass whipped, fall back. Because if I'm getting my ass whipped, what you think he going to do to you? So both of us going to get our ass whipped, and I get it. Some women are like, yeah, I'm just, you New York like that. You Detroit like that. You B-more like that. Wherever you from, you rugged, you a tough, down-ass bitch. I get it. But sometimes that need to be tucked away, put in the back, and you need to come out and act in your best. You need to act in your best behavior. You need to show that you could do both, like Ghost from Power. That nigga was rough and tough and rugged. But when he got around certain people, he was able to wear both hats, and I get it. Everybody is not equipped with that ability. They don't have that fluidity where they can, in one breath, I'm a street nigga, and another breath, I can come through in corporate and I can close the deal. Everybody can't do it. I can't even do it, as smooth as him or as good as other people. And you just really showing, like, this is why they want you out. This is why the feds gonna probably lock you up. This is why the people don't want you there. It's not that she's showing loyalty. What loyalty is she showing? One nigga violated you. Your man, even though he was in the wrong too, because y'all in the public forum. Wait till you get outside. Wait till you see that nigga after the microphone and the cameras cut off. Do what Carmelo Anthony did to even though they wasn't gonna fight either because it was cameras there too. But I'm just pointing out when Kevin Garnett allegedly told Carmelo Anthony that Lala tastes like Cheerios, or he heard she tastes like Cheerios. And Melo wasn't happy. He was ready to fight on the court. And then even after the game, I think they was at the Garden, so he waiting outside the visitors' locker room, waiting to speak to Kevin Garnett. Like, nah, nigga, we gotta have words. Even if you do it in that manner, cool. Do it outside of the public forum. Sometimes you can't. You know what I mean? A nigga swing on you or shit pop off. You can't wait to fight back. You have to defend yourself. But in this case, her boyfriend popped off. The dude obviously fought back. Other people jumped in, police. Then here you come with your little munchkin ass trying to fight like you're going to fight some grown men. It looked crazy, crazy, shit crazy. And this is why certain women shouldn't be in position. I know that sound, misogynistic or what's the word they be using, but yeah, some of y'all shouldn't hold certain positions to me on the emotional factor. And men can be emotional too. Men have those traits. We human. But we are more prone to deal with logic and should have that in our back pocket. Like, nah, this ain't the right time. I can't just be reactionary. You know what I mean? Women have an argument with their boyfriend, call the cops knowing he on probation or parole, nigga get locked up, and then they go see him the next day. I'm sorry, baby, I ain't mean it, I wasn't thinking. And all that could be true. It's like, yeah, I know you wasn't thinking. Nigga, forgive him, get right back with him. Toxic ass relationships. But it's more women that do that, and rightfully so, because they're more prone to the emotional side as opposed to the man. That's why I say you never want a woman to be president. You wake up with a hot flash or a menopause, or you ain't getting no D or whatever the case, and then you do some erratic shit. Then afterwards, like, oh, that was definitely shouldn't have pushed the button. No, you definitely shouldn't have pushed the button. But now we got troops in the military going to war because you made a rash decision. So, I think she's going to get locked up sooner than later. I think she should have been locked up for all the stuff that they say this woman has done. I'm so surprised that she made it this far. And it just makes us look bad. That's what I got for y'all. But appreciate y'all rocking with me Friday night, as we always do on the Friday night show. But it's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling. We unscripted, we authentic, that feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid. Have a blessed weekend, guys.